So, hello everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I am sitting here with myself for now. Walter said he will be joining us just a little bit later on, but if he doesn't, I'll be here. Of course, I don't know if Donovan will be joining us either. He is in Sasua, Dominican Republic, still having a great time. So, in the meantime, I want to welcome you all to the Demetra K Show, where we promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we are great people, but we can always strive to do better. Also, like to say a big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation, and not only are you viewers, you are family, but sometimes we do share the link so you can come up and express your opinion about whatever it is we are talking about. If I have never seen you on here before, all I ask is that you show me, hello, Ashley, that you show me your face before I bring you up to the big screen if you do not want to be seen, so that I can verify that it's you and not someone looking to start trouble per se. And so today we are going to be discussing, and somebody actually, hello, Kara, how you doing? The Sagittarius goddess. Jesse, what's going on with you? Now, someone asked me to talk about this. Now, I saw this. Hello, Gregory X, how you doing? I saw this a couple of days ago myself. I think it was on TikTok or something, somewhere, where a woman seemed to be having, I don't know if it was a mental breakdown, but nevertheless, she did not like being fired right before the holidays. And, she kind of had, as I said, a breakdown. I'm going to show you the video, and then we can have a discussion about, what that entails, really being fired from a job. And then how do you recover from that, right? How do you recover from being fired from a job, not even just because it's the holidays, but just in general, right? Anybody who's ever been fired, that's a horrible feeling, right? And I can speak to that myself. I've been fired one time in my whole life, but we'll get more into that in just a second. Who else came on here? Renz G, how you doing? Brother Sly, what's going on with you from North Carolina? Rayford, North Carolina. Okay. Joe, Jude, Machad, how are you this evening? And Brother Samuel, how are you doing? Thank you for the copious amount of books that you sent me. It just so happens that I am going to have somewhat of a break in the next couple of weeks, and I plan on doing a lot of reading. So I will catch up on some of the stuff that you sent me. In A Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. I have all three of those books already, and I'm in the process of reading the first one. So I appreciate you dearly for that. Jimmy James, how you doing? And Brother Sly, you say Walmart treats their employees like garbage. Yeah, I used to work at Walmart in like 92, 92, 93. So I have some stories as well. But anyway, as I said, Walter shall be joining us shortly. Okay, so as I said, I saw this video all over social media, and you guys have probably seen it too. And there's a lot of commentary around it. As I said, somebody shared this with me. Hey, Brother Reggie, how you doing? So what I want to do is I want to show y'all the video. I have sped it up because it's like 2 minutes and 30 something minutes long in its entirety, but I sped it up a little bit for the sake of time. Hello, Kim, Alabama. How you doing? So I'm going to show it to you guys, and then we can have a discussion around it. So here we go. Okay, so as I said, and Gerard, how you doing? Said the chipmunk voice is funny. Yeah, that part of it was funny. Of course, as I said, I had to speed it up because it was kind of long, but I wanted you guys to get the gist of what was going on there. So apparently, this employee's name is Carmen, from what I saw, and she was a people greeter, and it's in Charlotte, South Carolina. So she's a people greeter, and from what the lady who took the video, I guess she was an employee there as well. She said she was nice. Everybody liked her. You know, she was warm and friendly and all that other stuff. They're not sure why she was fired, but it is also said that I guess in that area they don't necessarily call the police when someone may be having a mental breakdown. They call like a crisis response team or something to deal with them because which is what they should do, right? Somebody who is in the field of mental wellness, if you will, to kind of help with the situation because you know the police officers they go in there and they do other stuff. So it kind of sounds like they were allowing her to go through the process of you know whatever that is. Also says that she was not arrested or anything like that, but clearly you know being fired. As I said, not even just for the holidays, but in general, it's shocking, right? Now, I've been fired before. I worked at Chase Bank as a personal banker, and mine was really a situation of the branch manager just messing with me. It was two of them actually. It was two ladies. One was white, one was Filipino, and they messed with me every chance they got. My numbers were great. Everything, sales, opening accounts, everything was just good, right? No problems at all. And then one day, and she being a branch manager, she says, I need to speak to you. Now, mind you, what happened was I was sitting down with a client, okay, and he was opening up an account and you're supposed to like suggest to sell different things. And so I said, oh, you qualify for a credit card. Would you be interested in opening up another account? And he says, no, no, thank you. I got a lot of, you know, credit already. And so I asked him again in another way and he said no. So he was pretty firm on the no. So when you sign off on your paperwork to open up a new account, you actually have to have your manager sign it as well. So she says to me, did you try to offer him a credit card? I said, yes, I offered a couple times. And he said, no. She looked at me. Are you sure? I said, yes. So she goes over to my cubicle, if you will, and she sits down with him. She says, you know, I'm not sure if Demetra asked you about a credit card. He says she did, and I told her I didn't want a credit card. So she, you know, goes through all this, that, and the other. He says, okay, fine, I'll get the credit card. So later on that day, right before my shift was over, she calls me into the office and she says, well, unfortunately, this is a termination conversation. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I was shocked because, like I said, I'd never been fired before. Couldn't really figure out what was going on. Although, like I said, she had already been messing with me. So the other manager was in there as well. And I said, oh, okay, well, is that it? And she goes, well, I just feel like I need to read you why. I said, you're not going to subjugate me. I said, hey, you fired me, right? She says, yeah. I said, then I'm free to go. And I gave him the name badge and all that stuff back. And so I said, I need to go get my stuff out the locker. So as now our walkway, our hallway was really long. The branch, for whatever reason, was really long. A lot of times when you go into a branch, it's kind of square, but ours was really long. So I'm walking, you know, her office is on one end and the locker room is on the other. So I'm walking to the office, you know, obviously I'm mad, right? To go get my stuff. And so all the other bankers, they knew that they had been messing with me. They said, what's going on? The whole time I was walking to the locker room, I said, oh, they fired me. It was clients and everybody in the branch. They fired me. And other bankers was like, what? I said, yeah, they fired me. So I get into the locker room to get my stuff. And the other bankers were in there. They're like, what's going on? I said, oh, they fired me. And I had to walk back the other way. And I kept telling everybody they fired me. So obviously when you lose your job, right? You need some income. So I called the unemployment office and I say, yo, I just been fired or whatever the case is. And she says, well, did you do anything? The lady I'm on the phone with unemployment. No, I didn't do anything. Did they give you a reason? I said, no, she didn't give me a specific reason, but I told her just what I told y'all. I said, so my numbers were good. I wasn't stealing, nothing like that. And she goes, okay, well, if you're telling me the truth, she says, I'm going to call. She said, if you're telling me the truth, not only are they going to get fined, they're going to be in a higher tax bracket and something else. She says, because although you're at will, they have to have a reason for doing that, right? Do you know she called that lady, the manager, and she couldn't give her a reason. She called me back. She said she could not give me a reason as to why she fired you. I said, yeah, I know. I told you. So I got the max, everything or whatever the case is. The reason I tell y'all that story is because as I was sitting there, the shock that went through my body, because not only was it shocking to lose a job, and I know a lot of y'all probably have all, been in that situation too, but as you're realizing that you're losing your job, you're like, I got rent, I got car notes, I got, a child, and, all this other stuff, it's like really going through your head. And you're like, how am I going to, take care of all this stuff? And so luckily I was sane, but I think about people like this woman here we saw in the video that's, really not as put together as a lot of people getting fired, right? Because you don't know what somebody is going through. I mean, I worked at Walmart in 92, 93, and they didn't pay that much money. So I would imagine anybody who's working at Walmart, they need every dime that they are clocking in for, right? So if somebody loses their job, all that stuff is going through your head, and then some people snap. We've heard the term going postal, right? Y'all remember a lot of people back in the day, for whatever reason, was going postal. Well, that term came from a post office worker who was let go from his job, and he went into the post office that he worked at, and he did some termination, if you will, of his own. And so that term kind of caught on. And so as a manager, now I get it, some people need to be fired, right? Some people need to be fired. Some people do some things, they just gotta go. But for the people who truly say, and it sounds like this lady in the Walmart video I just showed y'all, she didn't know what she did to get fired, so she snapped, right? She took it out on the store, tearing up everything, throwing, busting everything, and all that. So obviously she had a mental breakdown of some degree. Now, I've heard a lot of conversation as far as people saying, oh, she should be arrested, she should be in trouble, blah, blah, blah. Okay, maybe, I don't know. But then I think we also got to consider the human side of losing your job, which is you losing the income. It's humiliating. You got to go home and tell your family, I got fired. Of course, you have to deal with the judgment, or what did you do? And, all that other stuff. And so I want to have a conversation really with you guys. If anybody's been fired, want to share your story and what that was like and what the bounce back was like for you. A lot of people, it takes a long time to bounce back. Because the other thing is this, I'm gonna get to you guys' comments. The other thing is this: when you fill out an application for another job, what do they ask you? Have you ever been fired? And you say, yeah, because most, they might find out, right? You don't want to say no, because then they want to know, okay, well, what was your last job? So you say, yeah, and then they'll say, what for? Now, depending on what you did, they may or may not hire you. And a lot of times they don't hire you because they feel like if you've been fired, then maybe you were a problem, at the job that you were at. So it's a process to get another job. So I want to know, from y'all, what the bounce back was like for y'all. And how do you come back from that? And, really just the mental trip of losing your job. So I'm going to get into the comment section, and y'all ask for where Walter is. He said he's going to be here probably about 10, 15 minutes or so. Also shared the link with Donovan. I don't know if he'll come on. He's also having some connection issues, so he may or may not. All right, so let me get back into these comment section. Okay. Let's see. And thank y'all if y'all can hit the like button. I love and appreciate you for that. And Brothers Light said, I know that Walmart, the staff is known for nepotism. So nepotism is when they hire their friends and their family, people they know, they get them in, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then Randy say, is the Walmart check that good? Well, as far as I know, I don't know. I think they start at minimum wage. And I know here in Texas, it's minimum wage is $7.25. So I don't know. I know they get raises and stuff like that, but I don't know. But regardless, even if it's $7.25 an hour, I would think most people working at a minimum wage job, they need to be there. And it's probably not their only job, right? They're probably working somewhere else to kind of supplement whatever they're doing. So, and like I said, you don't know. And of course, I know I'm probably speaking to a lot of people, but you don't know what people are dealing with at home. that she's probably already, having a shortfall somewhere, financially, and then to lose a job it's a lot. And complex blackness, how you doing? Since the camera person is acting like they scared to get a better angle and close up. Well, wouldn't you be? Wouldn't you be if you saw that? What if she looks over there and sees you filming her? She might, come after you. So I can't really blame the camera woman. It was a woman, by the way, and she was, talking to other people like, oh my gosh, she's really mad. So yeah, I could kind of see why she didn't want to be, like that. Sagittarius goddess says, damn, she was really mad. Yeah, I wondered, did she just snap? I would think so. I think if I was mad and I had to do something like that, I'd probably like bust a jar or something. But to go through the whole section over there and just wreak havoc, yeah, I tend to think that was some sort of a mental breakdown. And Kimmy say, I work for Walmart and I have seen a lot over the years, and they wait to do right before the person shift ends. People will cut whole pallets of water and they will do what she have done. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like, okay, well, I'm gonna make you sorry for it, right? Everybody can't just walk out the door, gather their purse or whatever, their belongings, and and leave. And like you said, a lot of times they do, because they did that to me. you know, Wait until my shift was almost over and have you work a whole shift knowing damn well they're probably gonna fire you, but you working a whole shift, thinking everything's okay, and then we need to have a termination conversation. I'll never forget that. I'm like, all right, lady. She couldn't stand me. Pop, how you doing? Good evening to you as well. And Queen Royalty, Jordan, how you doing? Said Walmart pay more on Sundays. Do they? So is it because it's a Sunday? That's why they pay more? And Bakari, how you doing? Thank you. And Brogu, how you doing? Says, I understand she is upset, but trashing the place is not going to help her one bit. In fact, it's just going to make it worse. Judge may have her pay for that or do jail time. So they said she wasn't arrested. As far as her having to pay for the stuff, I don't know. You would think they probably would, I don't know, maybe have insurance or something like that. But doesn't sound like she went to jail for doing that. Hey, don't ask me where you been. And your average logical thinking, how you doing? It says, whoa, watching the video, she gonna have charges and no job. Yeah, so as of now, it doesn't sound like she was charged, but yeah, definitely that was why she did it, because she sounds like she was fired. Panther Strike, how you doing? It says, Queen Demetra, Wally Mart is full of postal folks. Okay, I wish they do what I did and start a small business and be happy as hell. Yeah, and if some people can do that, great, but some people just can't for whatever reason. But yeah, I would think at the very least, just walk out. If you truly didn't do anything, file for unemployment or whatever, and then let them decide whether, you can get unemployment or whatever. But to do that, yeah, you don't want to be sitting in the clink. And I live in the South, and I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm going to jail in the South. Y'all have to take me back to California. JLJ, how you doing? It says, good evening and salute. And back at you. Brother Reggie says, how do you handle it, D? How you handle it, D, was smart, but Carmen gonna have to pay some property damage, and looks like a lot. Yeah, they might make her pay. Then maybe they'll just say, hey, we got insurance, we'll cover it that way. But God knows how much she actually damaged, right? Black awareness, how you doing? Says that attitude is probably what got her fired. It could have been, but from what the lady who was taking the footage, I guess, she said she wasn't a problematic employee. She was a people greeter. So, they stand at the front of the store and, hey, how you doing? Welcome to Walmart, that kind of thing. So she said most people knew her as friendly and loving and all that kind of stuff. So maybe she had something else going on they didn't know about, or but she said that they were all kind of surprised that happened. So maybe she has some sort of mental breakdown. Brogu says, you're absolutely right. People going postal was a real thing and still is. But the funny thing is, management never changed the way they dealt with people. People need to think before they act. Yeah, management, they're very austere in how they deal with people. Like if I was a manager, I would ask myself, like I said, I get it. Sometimes people do need to be fired. It's very obvious for whatever reason. But if I could avoid firing people, I would. I would, see what I could do to save their job. But you don't know what people are dealing with. It's hard to lose a job and then try to get another one. It's just a lot. And Sagittarius Goddess says, I was fired once, but I was happy about it. I was like, now I can catch up on some sleep, laugh out loud. They were overworking me, and that was racist. And they were racist. I'm sorry. Working out, I pretend I was hurt, but after I was out, I was. Yeah, and that was true for me too. After the shock wore off, about a day or so, it was kind of a relief because I was very stressed working there because my managers, both of them, they didn't like me. It seemed like they would just tag team me every chance they got. I mean, they were so bad. Y'all want to know how bad they were? Because they would have to do this thing where they kind of have to shadow you, and they do that to all the bankers. So whenever they would come shadow me when I'm working with a new client or something, they would sit there and stare and ask questions. And so when they would get up to go get some paperwork or something, I had a few customers, and one even said, um, what's her deal? She's a B. Tell her to go away. And I said, well, she's shadowing me or whatever she has to. He says, I don't like her. I said, well, tell her. Tell her you don't like her. He didn't, but that's just how, toxic their presence was. And then you say, Sagittarius guys, I ended up getting another job in your average logical thing. It says, part of the problem is a lot of us don't know the law. I'm learning so much getting my HR certification, and folks should start suing for unjustified firings. Yeah, because a lot of times if you're at will, which says they can kind of fire you whenever they want, but it's still some sort of, stipulations. You can't really just, screw with people, right? Because a lot of times people think if I'm at will, they fire me, but then you negate the harassment, because I was truly harassed. In fact, all the other bankers were going to the regional manager the following week. I was fairly new, so I'm like, well, I'll go with y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all voice your concerns because I'm fairly new. And they were going to complain on her, but I got fired before they could do that. But in retrospect, I should have filed a harassment claim with HR on the both of them because it was really that bad. I lost weight. I was just really stressed out. I mean, one time in the lobby, I needed to ask her a question because I actually had a client that had just opened an account. He wanted to close it because he wanted an ATM card, a temporary one, hadn't come in the mail yet, and he was a student. So he was like, I can't get my money out. And I came up here and I asked her while you were off, can I get a new card? And she told me no. I said, well, that's not right. You can get a card. So I went to ask her about it. And she was talking to another banker. And she went, go work the lobby. And I stood there. And that banker she was talking to was a black man. And I said, I have a client at my desk that's about to close his account because you wouldn't give him an ATM card. She goes, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, but I could, man, just because I needed that job, I really wanted to just let her have it, but she snapped at me in front of everybody like I was a dog. I was so mad. So, it was a lot of that going on. Which is why I always say I'll never work for another white woman again. That was like the last white woman I worked for. Bruce, how you doing? It says stress put you under pressure, and pressure bust pipes. You better believe it. Kim says Walmart has a point system also, which if you reach 5 points, they will let you go. Oh, wow. And Sean, how you doing? Says, I hate that happened to her, but there are so many jobs you can't let them get you out of character because in the end, you will reap what you sow. Yeah, unfortunately, you're right. And Brother Sly says, even the white employees complain about the Walmart or that Walmart. That tells you something. Yeah, and I think all Walmarts are probably problematic. Kim says Walmart starts off at 12 to 13, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Well, depending on where you live, I guess that's okay, right? It's not 7.25. So I'm sure she needed that money. And let's see here. Sean says in Georgia, it pays good, way more than 7.25. Okay, good. All right. And Rand, you say, reason I asked Demetri, because I saw a story on a woman there for 10 years. She was still only making 8 and change an hour with all the money. Yeah, I've heard stories about like that too, where people aren't getting, they give you like 25 cents or something like that per raise. It's like, come on, man, what can I do with that? JLJ says, nowadays I call Walmart Ratchet Mart because of many of those workers behave that way. But there are a few who are the exception who are indeed good-natured people. Yes, indeed. Brother Samuel says, I got fired from Howard Industries in 1995. I know for being bold enough to get off to attend the Million Man March. Okay. Says I was probably the second most productive coil winder for missing 3 days sick with doctor's excuse. Oh, wow. Yeah. And that, I'm telling you, I know it sucks. It sucks getting fired. It does. By the time 103, how you doing? It says, peace, Demetri. Peace unto you. Mama Deb, how you doing? He says she probably had taken so much from the job and the people on the job. Then they have the nerve to fire her around Christmas time. Yeah, it's like, can you wait to like New Year's? I mean, I don't celebrate Christmas, but a lot of people do. Maybe she was working to buy her children something. I don't know. It could be a lot of reasons. And Panther Strike, you say, Queen Demetra, please tell me what kind of chair that is. It looks so comfortable. I know it's off topic. Love you. I love you too. I got this from Office Depot or something like that. It's just a regular office chair. It's pretty comfortable. Only thing I don't like about it is because I do this a lot. I swivel and I should probably practice sitting still. But yeah, Office Depot. Okay, so let's see. And Miss Lachey Bay, how you doing? Says I've been sipping on that stuff she was dropping or I'd be slipping rather on all that stuff she was dropping in Sue Walmart. But see, the thing about that is they have cameras everywhere, right? So you walking around, then they get you on camera, and it's not a good look. The average logical thing, it says, oh yeah, they waited till the end of our shift and fired us both. We were still in company time. I was 20. Okay. Hey Judah, how you doing? Says I miss why she lost her job. Nobody knows. The other employees are saying that she was a nice lady, people greeter, very warm and inviting and stuff like that. So they said they don't know why she lost her job either. So it's kind of a mystery up until this point. I don't know. Maybe she'll speak out one day, since it's, it sounds like the original video did like 3 million views. So a lot of people watched the video. Brother Sly says she was a good employee. She had a breakdown. Yeah, that's what sounds like a lot of people are saying. You say, that Walmart. And Rick Marcus Thomas, how you doing? He said, I just came in and went back to watch the video. No matter what, you can't let them devils see you go out like that. Also, her last check is gone. Not to laugh, but you think, I don't know. To me, and I'm not, but if I was in Walmart shoes, I'd be like, you know what? We got great insurance. Send her check, her vacation pay, or whatever it is she has in the till per se, and let her go about her way. But we know that's not how corporations work. They want to stick you for every dime. So yeah, she probably didn't get a last paycheck. And Miss Decatur, how you doing? He says the point system is the number of points you get before you're terminated. It used to be 9 points. Damn. And now it's 5. Says if you're late, leave early, call off seat. Yeah, all that right there. That's a lot. It's very stressful because, yeah, I get it. You should try to go to work on time and all that. But, people have things going on. Not 5. Now, is it 5 a year? Or is it 5 total? Because I worked at Frito-Lay back in the day, and you got like 3 absences or something like that within a 3 unexcused absences or something ridiculous in a 12-month span, and then it starts over or something like that. But 5, yeah, that's most people probably won't keep the job there. And Bruce, she says she just had a nervous breakdown. Thank God she's all right physically. Yeah, she could have gotten hurt. Somebody else could have gotten hurt. And I am glad that they didn't tackle her or anything like that or try to subdue her. I mean, I know it sucked to watch her destroy so much merchandise, but, what can you really do? You kind of have to have a little sympathy, I would imagine. And Kim says, now Walmart have insurance, but they do come back later to charge people also if that's at least $2,000 in theft or damages. Oh, yeah, it looked like it was more than that, I would say, And Brother Slice says she would greet me often. Y'all only know half the story. Yeah. And, that's kind of where I'm at with it as well. We don't know what's going on with people, I'm going to actually, let me give me a second. Let me share this link with somebody, if y'all don't mind. Somebody who is an expert at Walmart. So give me 1 second so I can share this with her. All right. So, okay. Yeah. So you don't know. You don't know what people are going through or what their story is. So I agree with you. And Angela, how you doing? And Jesse says, I'm in at-will state. Yeah. California is an at-will state. That's where I was when I got fired. But it's still kind of stipulations. You can't just say, make up stuff on people and all that other stuff. Like I said, when the unemployment office called my former job, she said she couldn't tell me why she did it. Said she's evil. That's why she just didn't like me. And I wish I would have filed a harassment claim on her before. Then I would have had a little bit more leg to stand on. But things got better from that point for me. I was glad not to be there. Brogu says, as people, whenever something bad happens to us, we need to learn to respond to a situation instead of reacting. Responding shows that you thought it through before doing something. Yeah. But the thing is, sometimes when people snap, I don't know, there is no thinking when you snap. And I'm not making excuses for her doing that. But again, you really don't know what's going on with people. Have y'all ever seen the movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas? That's like one of my favorite movies. And that kind of speaks to, I think, what we're seeing here. If you've never seen the movie Falling Down, he just had enough, right? He couldn't take it no more. And from that point, he just snapped. He snapped on everybody, but one of my favorite movies because I get it. Hey, Corliss, how you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, it was actually Corliss that suggested that I speak about this. I was like, you know what? I think this will be a good Wealth Wednesday subject. Getting fired, it definitely does put a damper on your wealth. So let me I get to some of these comments, Corliss, and I'll give you the floor.
No way.
Let's see here. Renji says, if you're able to get your own thing going, though, better feeling than being your own boss. Absolutely. Yeah, she snapped her fingers at me. MC Fat, how you doing? Says, Lord have mercy, she snapped at you. Yeah, she snapped at me. I'm telling you, took everything in my body. Not to just do the Tasmanian devil up in there. LB, how you doing? Jay, how are you? He said, what brother? What brother are we speaking about? And let's see here. Black America, how you doing? It says, what did I miss? She got fired, no problem. That is what her husband is for. Yeah, that would help if you have, I don't know, if she had a husband, maybe they, was working there together. I mean, you don't know, right? Clearly she's working because she needed the job to some degree. Rarely are people working because they bored, some people are, but Jesse says, what Walmart did she get fired from? It's somewhere in Charlotte, South Carolina. Okay, so let's see here. Black America, you crazy. Brother Sam says, I was a Walmart associate when I attended senior college in the 90s, and the electronics department, I had it made and always left on time. I guess it helped for my manager to be a white high school classmate. Yeah, you had a little favor going on there. And the average logical thing is, I remember when my mom was told to train a person less qualified for the job she applied for. She threw everything off her boss's desk and quit. The boss called and begged her to come back to the VA. Yeah, your mom sounded like she was, a great asset, and they didn't treat her right? Lord, man, so how you doing? Says, I literally just got fired. That's how I felt, but you got to think things through before flashing out simply because that's what they want us to do. Don't give them the satisfaction. I agree with you. Black America says, was she old? I'm going to have to go back and watch the video. She doesn't seem like she was very old. She was fairly young. Yeah, Panther Strike. That is a great movie. Falling Down. Y'all really check that out. And I think it explains a lot because you just don't know who you messing with, who's on their last, wits or any of that kind of stuff. Anthony, how you doing? Chicago. Jesse says, I got fired from Arby's in Denver, Colorado when I was 19 for suspicion of selling drugs. Shaking my head. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Black America. See, what I'm talking about too, Falling Down. Mr. Cater says, I worked there for 18 years. Walmart is a hostile working environment based on the management team. It used to be so fun. We were a family, but it changed around year 6. Yes, indeed. And more. Blackness, how you doing? Said, this is why I am trying so hard to focus on my business next year. I'm learning a lot from these Wealth Wednesdays. And yes, again, Walter should be here any minute. So, Corliss, what's up with you?
Hello.
Hello.
So, because I used to work at Walmart and I worked there a couple of times, okay? Their policy used to be 13 days. And it went from 13 days to 8. Then after they did the mass layoff, it went to 5. I just went to trial with Walmart. D knows this. I represent myself against Walmart. And I can't even say Walmart. It's their attorneys, okay? People perish at Walmart for lack of knowledge. Their management system sucks. They are disturbingly, when I say disrespectful, very, 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 very disrespectful. Um, I was in management, but I had some younger managers that felt like they could either lie on you or they could talk to you any kind of way they want to, or they'll use somebody else to write you up. And I've had all of those things happen to me. When I got injured and I was terminated due to absences from an injury, which is illegal. Um, Went in and showed them, and then this is the other thing. They have a leave of absence, right? So they have a LOA, and then they have it's FMLA, and then it's one for workman's comp. I had applied for both of them. So in trial, I caught them in a lie because I had all the documents. And I had inside emails that I was blessed to get from people that actually want to do right and uphold what is right to be done. So I can believe that they'll fire you. They'll wait until you're good and done with your shift and then terminate you, which is still wrong. You can get terminated. Like I said, I got terminated for having 13 consecutive absences in 6 days, but due to my injury, and I never had an absence before my injury. And then she said early, I saw somebody that said early leaves, they count those as a whole point. I have it on a whole, from when I went to trial. I use Walmart's regulations against them because most management doesn't know what the regulations state. And then I had a personnel manager tell me after 25 years, oh, well, she's right. We couldn't fire her. But I thought you said you didn't get the other email. I thought that's what you said. So it's basic, and then people don't want to go back and fight them. That's the other thing. So when I came in with my document showing that I had 2 claims, open claims, she said that this is the store manager. And the store manager was sleeping with lower management. They didn't fire her. They transferred her to a different store. And this ain't no alleged. This is proven fact. I know that this happened. So, yeah, I got terminated, and I'm gonna get paid damn good too in the end.
Yeah, I saw Miss Lachey Bay says, work with a good attorney, sis. Oh, she is a good attorney.
Did you say work with a good attorney? I fired all 3 of my attorneys. I am the attorney. When I walk in there, they get nervous. You know why? Because I conduct myself and I handle my business. Walmart should be paying me instead of getting ripped off by the attorneys that they have because they represent a company and don't know any insight of the company.
Oh yeah. She's representing herself. I mean, she's running circles around their attorney to the point to where they stuttering, talking about, oh, well, I don't know, getting caught up in all kind of lies and just all. And she like, oh yeah, well, here's this document, and they're like, oh well, Corliss ain't no joke.
And this is the thing, you can't play with a person that knows their case. See, I like to read, and I damn sure love to prove you wrong. So when you come in here with like, and I'll give you a prime example. Their attorney came in with a 17-page document stating that they had paid $245.61 in November of 2019. Well, clearly you didn't read your exhibit, stupid, because it stated that it was paid on February of 2017. So I had to ask the attorney, I'm a little confused because I need to know if you're a psychic. You paid for something years after the fact, but it was really paid on this date. Like, you can't come into a courtroom stating that you want to do a battle and you ain't read none of the paperwork.
But see, and obviously, Corliss and I talk about this a lot of times, especially in those cases, with companies like Walmart, their hustle is, here's $5,000 to settle. Now, mind you, most of those people, and Corliss, tell me if I'm wrong, most of those people that they offer a settlement to have been fired. They got bills piling up, and so they offer them a settlement. And a lot of people say, oh, okay. But in like Corliss's case, a lot of times they're injured or whatever. And, it's just like, you might have some other stuff come up, but you settle because it's like, I have a right now need, but then you have all those health elements. And tell them about what happens if you do settle. They give you a, check and then you settle. What happens?
So they have this, I forgot what the name of it is, but basically the settlement states that once you settle, you can't come back. So if anything is wrong with you, they find something years down the line, they don't want to offer you future medical, and they want to offer you the bare minimum. Well, when my case first started, I knew something was wrong. Okay. I done been called crazy. You can call me whatever the hell you want to call me, but what you ain't gonna call me is a damn fool. That's what you ain't gonna call me. Okay. They don't like me because I am very vocal, and I call them on their BS. But I will not. You should never settle for them. I'm not rich by a long shot, but I got some hell of a people that will support me all day long because I'm not with the shenanigans. I don't play the games. And you're not going to offer me $15,000 when these attorneys are getting paid $25,000 and ain't doing a goddamn thing. And I mean literally nothing. They got paid $25,000 just because they hold the case. That makes no sense to me.
But see, what they do too is, they really just prey on people's desperation, all because they know people, most people, and I mean, we know people who settle, right? They just settle. Oh, okay. Because you think about it, okay, $15,000 is a lot of money. A lot of people probably never was, especially if you like never had that kind of money before. And so they're presenting that to you as a $15,000 check, but you don't take into account, okay, you ain't got no income coming in. So that money's going to go toward bills. And then let's say you hurt your hand, then your hand start hurting again. Now that medical, yeah, and you've had a lot of surgeries, right? But then that medical is on you. You got to, put the bill on your own, and it's a lot.
No, so let me tell you what I've been told to do. These are by doctors, people that take oaths to tell the truth. They want you, oh, you could just close the case and let the state pay your medical. I said, why the fuck would I do that? Why? Why would I take state insurance from an injury? Make that make sense. I'm not going to do that. And I got money paid into it, but why should I take Medicaid or Medi-Cal or Meta whoever and have them do the work that these other doctors should have done? Not gonna do it. Not at all. And that's why I said, at the end of the day, Walmart is dead ass wrong for how they treat people. But I can guarantee you one thing. Oh, they gonna get a corporate visit. Oh, they gonna get one of them. They gonna get a corporate visit sometime this week. Oh, he gonna come. Because now he want to know what's going on because it's all over social media. Now, he ain't gonna do too much cleaning up, but he just gonna come and show his face.
Right.
And then the other thing is, too, people don't have a clue how much these cases are worth. If you knew, you would never settle. You would make them do everything they're supposed to do and then settle.
Yep. And Pop, thank you so much for becoming a new member. And yeah, you can share your link in the comment section. I don't know if you saw me, you give it a thumbs up. I thank you once again. And Common Man, thank you for the donation. Love and appreciate you for that. You say the manager called the cops on me for asking her why our dogs allowed in the store. Says that little tried to get me banned from the store, even though the FDA says it's illegal. I don't know. Dogs in the store, maybe they were as a service dog or something like that. I cringe when I see people with their dog in restaurants. I'm like, you let your dogs come in restaurants with people eating? And trust me, I won't be trying to go back there no more. And hello to everybody that came on here. So Corliss, really speak to the video. Like, have you ever seen anything like that? And what do you think was going on? Because we have somebody who said
she's sick and tired. she's sick and tired of being sick and tired because they don't treat you right. They talk to you crazy. Like I said, they talk to you reckless. I had a manager literally, I think I was like 30 something, 31, 32. She was 20 something years old. And she basically was like, "Oh, you gonna," I told her, "Excuse my French." I said, "Bitch, if you don't get out my face and stop playing with me, I'll get one of my kids to come up here and whoop your ass." I don't even let my kids talk to me like that. So you think and you white? Are you crazy? So then what she did was she had a new manager that I was tight with write me up. But where she messed up is when I read the write up, the name that she used, this manager didn't use that name. So I called her on it. And I said, go get this other manager. And then I said, and then we gonna figure this out. So they went and got the other manager, and he politely told her, he was like, "You never allow somebody else to put you in this situation." Just like the manager that came in there, it was a man that came in there. I think this was a couple of years back. He came in there and he killed every manager on the floor.
Oof.
This was an older white dude. So it's not just a black thing, it's a people thing because they're disrespectful. They have no regard for you, and it's, work, 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 and they like, whole whip, and that's what they do. That's what they get now. They feel like they can talk to you any kind of way. So I'm very sure that's what she was dealing with.
Yeah, because I remember, like I said, I worked at Walmart 92, 93. And sometimes, when you close, they lock everybody in there. And so even if
Mm-hmm.
you clocked out already, you have to wait until a manager come and let you out. So sometimes you can be waiting 15, 20 minutes for a manager to come let you out, where they end up getting a class action lawsuit. And I got a check from that, everybody else who was off the clock, but they held you in the stores. Like, nah, when I'm off the clock, I'm supposed to be able to leave here. So yeah,
Yeah.
like you said, they got managers just like, I'm not opening the door until they, I get ready. Or it's like, nah, you open this up and let me leave. You
The
know?
store manager, the store manager told me, D, when I took the paper up there to show her that I had the two open claims, she said, "Oh, that's what we got attorneys for." And I dog walked her ass in trial too. Sure did. Hope she see this today. Hey, girl, because she was mad at me. She was really mad. And I have transcripts to prove it, but um, it if people are crazy, like they're really crazy, and like I said, if you really don't know the rules and regulations, and that's how I learned them. I had to read. You have to read. That's why I'm like, you worked here for 25 years. You don't know that if you have an open claim, what happens? And she was like, "No." I said, "And I know that you a whole lie." And I called her in a lie. And that's how you have to do. The lie got so bad to where I put the two claims together and asked her to read the numbers just so I could have it on a transcript.
Oh yeah,
And then I and then I said, "So could you have fired me?" She said, "No, we didn't. We terminated you incorrectly." Oh, that's all I needed to hear. Thank you. So when my 132A come up, oh, I'm gonna get all that money too.
yeah, you giving them hell, that's for sure. Corliss is giving them hell. But that's what I'm saying though. They underestimate people thinking, okay, well, we, like you said, we big pockets, you little pockets. We got great attorneys. That's what they for. But in ordinary cases, their lawyers do go in there, which is why you got lawyers that didn't know their stuff because they're used to, big fish eat little fish, and the little fish is like, well, okay, and then but you making them really work for it. They like, oh God.
The thing is, she just needs to retire at this point. And I've had to tell her, before the judge, you need to read, man. You come in. How do you come in court ill prepared? You should never come in court, not with all the money they paying y'all.
But like you said, the lawyer getting all that money, and then they want to offer, people settlements of, $15,000. It's like, are you for real? But a lot of people just don't know. They have no idea.
Baby, if I showed y'all the number that's on that paper, I promise you would think it's several gods.
Common man, thank you once again for the donation. Another one, thank you. I love you for that. He says, when Walmart saw my online account, they changed that real quick. And they moved the manager to another store, and they put signs up saying service dogs only allowed in store. Yeah, that's the only dogs I thought were allowed in stores. But yeah, you got some people just, the dogs be everywhere. And it's like, well, if you need a dog up in a restaurant, then maybe you should eat at home, like a takeout. But I like when I saw that in the restaurant, I just lost my appetite. Like, I can't be sitting up in a restaurant with a dog. We both up in here now. One of us got to go. Beverly, how you doing? Let's see here. Arniba, if I didn't already, how you doing? It says, read in the name of thy Lord, Holy Quran. Absolutely. And Sudi Van, how you doing? It says, they make you sign papers on all that. You can pull up their signature on pull up her signature on the paperwork on her signing paperwork. And Mr. Cater says, I had someone tell me they're gonna go postal. I told them to take my number and just call me. You ain't gotta say nothing, because bullets ain't got no name, right? You know, when people going up and going postal, everybody, and that's the kind of scary part nowadays too, especially working in any job. You don't know what people are going through, or especially if you know you got a management that's be doing the most to people. You just hope and pray that if it go down, it's on your day off. I'm just saying. Sudi Ban says all those things at jobs they send you agreement and disclosure to sign. Oh yeah, they have to during the onboarding process. And let's see here. Okay, so you're speaking to somebody else. So yeah. But as I said, I've been fired before. I know what that's like. It's a lot all at once, because sometimes people know they're gonna get fired, right? Like, damn, I know I done missed over the amount of days I'm supposed to be missing. Today might be the day, or I did something. I probably gonna get fired. But if you think you're a good employee and there's no signs, like I've never been written up or nothing like that. I was just fired. It's a lot. It's just like, I don't know, a ton of bricks just hit you. So you're trying to sort through it all. Like, okay, I just got fired. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna, get some more income, and I gotta tell my family. And it's like, it's just a lot. And so like I said, some people like, I'm just not gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna deal with the right way. I'm gonna deal with it in the way that's gonna, give me some relief. And that's not always the right way.
Yeah, because your relief might lead to jail time. But I mean, too, if they would just do right people by people, it wouldn't even get that far. Once certain people get to management, it's like they shouldn't even be there. Like, why are you here if you're not here to do a job? And then when you come in and you tell them what's right to do, and this is your bylaw right here, right? So with me, even with that, when they changed me from regular work, and they put me back right on regular work, and my wrist, the ligaments and everything were torn on the inside. I didn't find that out until 2.5 years later. So you wanted me to work like that, right? And that means that I'm gonna further injure myself. So I went as much as I could till nobody was listening, and all I could do was call in. The medicine is not working. I'm having allergic reactions. And then the sad thing is, when the store manager, she came, she was fired in a mass layoff. So why would you come and testify? Like, I was confused. I said, you don't even work here no more. What are you testifying to when you're a store manager? If I worked overnight, how the hell would you know what I did at nighttime and you don't even come in on time to do the walkthrough in the morning?
Yeah, it's like you're about to come here and perjure yourself is what's going to happen.
Oh, she did. And did. I made sure. But my question to their question to her was, well, what type of employee was she? Do you know the lady had the audacity to say she was a good employee?
I thought they was like, we didn't tell you to say that.
Girl, the look on the attorney's face, he was like, huh? Yeah. She was a good employee. He said, well, how would you know? He said, because I never heard her name before. Nobody ever complained about her.
And that's the one thing about management. They do talk, man, this such and such on my shift. They always this, that, and the other. So they would know.
Yeah.
They would know.
I feel like this too. I know everything happens for a reason, right? And it may be bad timing for you, but where one door closes, another one will surely open. I know that. I believe it wholeheartedly because I've seen it, within my own life. I've been dealing with Walmart going on 8 years. And I think Deacon said I've come a long way from where I started from dealing with them. We got a long
Oh
way to go.
yeah.
And I have to keep telling them, this is not about money. This is about the principle at hand, what you need to do. No, it ain't even what you need to do. It's what you gonna do for me. I don't give you the opportunity to offer me anything. I tell you how it's gonna happen. And I had to tell them, I'm not closing. We're not closing. I'm not settling. So don't come over here asking me, what are you willing to settle for? I said, unless you can give me a whole new arm, baby, we're gonna keep on moving. Because I'm deserving of being able to take care of myself as a whole and not having to depend on other people to help take care of me.
Yeah, but then, like you said, there's a lot of people who settle and they can't. I mean, when you get injured at work, now, I was injured at Frito Lay as well. It was more or less carpal tunnel. It was real bad to where I could not go back to work. And every once in a while, I have some issues if I'm using my hand too much. I definitely my penmanship is not what it used to be. And so, yeah, a lot of times you'll have issues for the rest of your life. So imagine if you settle for the $15,000 and then you on the hook for taking care of yourself, and you may not ever be able to get the care you need. And so, like you said, who takes care of you?
Right. And then I have my manager. She worked for Walmart, I think, for 29 years. She was part of the mass layoff, but after she got injured, she has not had care. She still has an open workman's comp case that I helped her open. I did her initial paperwork to help her open the case. But she hasn't had care in 6 years. She still needs 5 surgeries. And she's way worse off than I was and still am.
They want to know where you paid for what happened. And then let's see here. Someone says, were you on another platform telling your story before?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Mm-mm.
But so she's still in the process, of making them suffer.
I can tell them this. I bet you when I get done, they won't represent Walmart no more.
And
That's
they
what I
should.
do bet you. And it ain't a threat. Oh, it's a damn show of promise.
Okay. And Common Man, thank you again. I think you hit the lotto again. So I just got my business account with Amazon. I only use Walmart to deliver my food. And if they mess that up, it's over between me and Walmart. Yeah. Yeah, they do have a delivery service now. And I guess you order. I've never done it, but I guess you just order the food and then they have a driver bring it to you. So it's really, like you said, on the people in the store that's gathering all the stuff. I guess it's convenient, but I'm one of those people. I like to kind of go in the store, and I'm not a browser, kind of know what I'm gonna get, but I might walk by something and be like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Let me check it out or whatever. But yeah, I feel you. But thank you once again. Jesse, you say I almost cut my whole thumb off working at Arby's, a different one, not the one I got fired from. Yeah, you get an injury like that. Uh, it's a workers' comp claim, and you got hurt on the job. Depending on how bad it is, whatever they regardless, they still got to pay you out for it. They got to compensate you for that. That's why it's workers' compensation. They can't just say, well, now you know what the crazy part is. What I understand though, in Texas, it is like that. Like I know somebody who got hurt and they're like, well, we'll fix you and pay for all the medical stuff, but you can't sue us. And, it just is what it is. I'm like, oh, hell no. And their fingers are jacked up for life because, something fell on their fingers and broke them So their fingers are like permanently like that, and they have no recourse, I guess, per the state of Texas.
Yeah, Texas just changed that. Well, they just changed that within the last few years because it wasn't like that initially. They had workman's comp too, but I guess with everything that was going on, Walmart hurried up and opted out for workman's comp. So now, when you go in working for them in the state of Texas, they tell you we don't have workman's comp. We have such and such, such and such. And if you get injured, you need to sign these papers. I said, now who in the hell in their right mind? I don't need a job that bad where I'm gonna sign my life away. If I get hurt, y'all ain't gonna take care of me. Then I don't need to work for you.
Yeah, but that's what they do because they got people on the, on the hot seat. I need this job. Probably ain't gonna get hurt, and all of that. But it's like, yeah, you might get something worse than a paper cut. You know what I mean? You get something worse than a paper cut, like have your fingers broken, where they you can't repair them to where they used to be.
Or
Then
look,
what? Yeah,
like I
exactly.
can't move my wrist no more. My fingers don't go, all the way up. Hey, Walter.
Yes,
Hey,
indeed. And Pop,
I
so
thought
you
that
guys,
was you.
uh, the Prince of Paraphernalia here, they have, he has a shop. You guys, he's a black-owned business. If y'all would please go check him out to see if there's anything on there that you would like. And those of y'all who celebrate Christmas are trying to buy your loved one something, go on there and see if there's something that you could buy. Killing two birds with one stone, I guess. Supporting a black-owned business, and you are getting your gift. I guess fulfill stocking stuffers or whatever it is there. So please check them out. It will be in the comment section, and Pop, you can put it in there as often as you like. Just be careful because I know sometimes they might think it's a bot and spam you. So just kind of every once in a while just put it in the chat. So again, you guys, if you would go check him out, we love and appreciate you for that. Walter, how are you doing?
I'm good. Just running around like a crazy man. What's ain't nothing changed?
Yes, indeed. So we're just talking about, and hello, Roselle, how you doing? So Walmart reparations 2024. Okay, you got some aliens and some aliens involved with this. So we're talking about, hey, Mike, nice, how you doing? Let's see who else came on here really quick. And MC Faxel, you said, so the lawsuit for Carlos is still ongoing. Oh, yes, she making them pay for it. She making them tap out for mercy. They will be eventually anyway. Jesse says, I would never work at Walmart. They treat their employees horrible. I keep getting asked to work overnight stocking. Yeah, that's Courtney said, don't do it. Jesse says, yeah, they had workman's comp at Arby's. Okay, good. Everybody saying hello and good evening to Walter and Corliss. So yeah, Walter. So I don't know if you saw the video that I put
I
up.
did.
You did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah. So the
Stole the whole stove, the whole aisle.
more than one eye. Okay, she went through there. But we're talking about being fired. What, have you ever been fired before?
I have been fired from every single job I've ever had while I worked for somebody. I have been fired from at least 80% of them.
Well, damn.
That's why I don't have one. Actually, I didn't get fired. I quit. Let's see. I can start. Used to work in real estate title insurance company. It laid me off. I wasn't fired. I was laid off. Same thing. Just I got laid off from 2 title companies. Jeez, what else? I got fired from McDonald's that day we all went to the beach. I got fired. I worked at
I
Taco
told
Bell.
them about that day one time.
Huh?
Do you ever remember all that happened on that day?
Oh, the day we took the Volvo to the beach.
Yeah, and Skinny came over to the house. We all were supposed to go to work that day. You didn't go to work, but we all supposed to work that day. So Skinny came over to the house. That was my boyfriend in high school at the time. I came over to the house to take a shower real quick, and you left. So it was me and Skinny at the house, and you called me. Remember, after a payphone, you was like, Vern's on his way. That's my stepdad. Vern's on his way to the house. Now, mind you, your boyfriend in high school was in the shower. We're there by ourselves. And oh my God, when I told him, you better get your out the shower. And man, he ran out of there with his clothes in his hand. I was like, one thing we cannot do, okay? We weren't doing anything, but you cannot get caught in this house with me coming up out the shower when my dad comes home.
Yeah, so I remember that day clearly. Oh yeah, it was some alcohol involved. I don't know how at that age, but I feel
I
like there
wasn't
was.
drinking. You might have been. I wasn't drinking.
No, I feel like I don't know. There was something going on. Shouldn't have been. So no, I've been. I I can't work for another dude. I'd rather make $200,000 working on my own and $500,000 working for somebody else, because they can always end that. Um, I did see the video. I don't know why she got fired. I guess it don't really matter. I mean, it's their business. They should treat you with respect. If you're gonna fire somebody, don't have them come in and do it. That's a text message. Hey, we don't need you no more, because they've been talking about it for weeks. Whatever reason they wanted to fire her for, it's it's been on the books. So I think they should have. I'm not saying she should have tore up the store. That was uncalled for. But maybe it'll be a message to employers. Hey, we got some crazy ass people working up in here, and you can't just fire them like that. Especially with everything that's going on, times are tough, and most people use the holidays. They blow all their money, they spend it. So they spending every. She counting on that next check, 2 checks from now to cover those Christmas gifts. So I mean, that's both of their faults. I mean, you have to treat people better. I mean, we do need corporations. We got to have them, because if we didn't, we wouldn't be sitting here on this live. You got to have companies. You got to have um, corporations, guys that put it all on the line, as Sam Walton did. We talk a lot of crap about Walmart, but the dude was damn near 89 million when he started Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So Walmart's got their challenges. Believe me, I don't go to Walmart unless I absolutely need something, because I know it's going to be Ratchet City. Oh man. Sometimes if I want to get into trouble, I just walk through Walmart for a while. It's crazy. But we do need corporations. They do create jobs for the majority of us. Like, we use Facebook for work. I use OfferUp and Facebook for business. Shopify, I use all those things for work. We need those corporations. Unfortunately, when you have a huge corporation, you got people that just, they don't do the right thing. I'm sure if Sam Walton was alive today, he probably wouldn't have fired her that way. Well, back in his days, people acted better.
And
People,
I think you hit the nail on the head with that. It used to be some sort of decorum, right? You like, I gotta fire you, and they don't know why they fired her. The employees, and somebody on this chat said they know her, that she wasn't a problem employee, but you know, there's ways to do things, because
I mean,
mhm.
they can fire you. It's their business, and that's why I don't work for nobody, because they can fire you. It's their right to let you go if they feel like it, and they don't really need a reason to fire you. It's in the contract. They can let you go whenever they feel like. It's just the way it is. Um, I think what we should do, and again, what I'm saying is, firing somebody at work is the wrong way to go. Don't have someone get dressed and show up and let them go. You asking for trouble. I don't care, white, black, Puerto Rican, Haitian. Um, the post office, they learn the hard way. Cutting cats loose. You
Yeah,
know,
we talked about that. People, going postal. That's where that term came from. And Walter, you've seen Falling Down, haven't you, with Michael Douglas?
I love that movie. It should be, every corporation should play that movie over
Right.
and over.
Corliss, have you seen that movie before, Falling Down? Girl, you're gonna have to watch that one tonight. We're gonna have to
Look,
have a conversation.
I'm about to say we're gonna watch it. But Walter, let me say this: when, because I started working for Walmart right before Sam Walton died, I believe,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's nothing like it is now. We used to get, when you worked at Walmart on Sundays, you got $1 increase every Sunday if you worked on Sunday. Um,
Oh,
he
that's
was just he was like, it was this is a whole flip side. Like, I don't know who these people are, and I can almost guarantee you, if he was still alive, half the stuff that goes on in Walmart would not be going on. I do know this. I know that his kids sit on the board, but they don't run Walmart. Like, it's just a totally different place. People used to love to go to work. Now, wake up, you just dread going in. It's too much. It's overwhelming. And you're right. They do call you into work. They let you work your full shift, and then at 3:59 or 4:29, We need you to come on over here in the office. And yeah, they terminate you. That's why I was telling D that a couple of years back, this older white dude came in there and killed every manager in the store. He didn't look for anybody else. He looked for management. That was it. And he killed them, knocked them off. And then I guess he attempted to kill himself and didn't. And now he's sitting in jail. But guess what? He did what he came in there to do. You better stop playing with people because you don't know their mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the reasons why not to have a job. I tell you, man, I I know my ex-girl, we used to fight over work. Even my new chick, we hung up the phone. It's one of the reasons I was half late today. I had to give it to her. I was like, listen, we're some grown ass people. Cut them loose. Girl, you getting out of a warm bed with a soft, warm man. You know what I'm saying? Like all those things you bypass to go make $239 today. Like we can't make $239 with 10 hours all day.
Can I play devil's advocate before I do that?
No, go ahead.
The comment man, thank you so much once again. He said the reason why I stay with Walmart is because of what Walmart did for the people in New Orleans during Katrina. I promise I'd be a lifelong customer after that. They beat the federal government with help, and that's awesome. That is awesome that they did that, and actually that's news to me. So
Walmart came through during the Katrina a lot. One thing about Walmart is they do come through, and the reason it is so ratchet because they keep the prices so low. When you go into Target, you don't see that. You don't see that. I mean, now you're seeing the smash and grabs, but that's those.
I don't know how low those prices are. Last couple times I go into Walmart, sometimes I go grocery shopping. I'm like $120.
Well, food is high everywhere. Walmart don't have to that.
Okay,
but I'm saying,
go ahead.
It's a cheap store.
I'll play devil's advocate.
No, go ahead.
Got on my horns. You want your girlfriend, hence the word girlfriend. Okay?
I know where you're going with this.
You better know it. Corley know where I'm going to. You want your girlfriend to quit her job.
No, I want her to make money in a different way.
All right, but let me say this. I'm
not telling her to quit her job right now.
Okay, I'm just gonna play you want her to make money in a different way, whatever that way is. Hopefully, it ain't OnlyFans or nothing like that. But if it is,
I ain't dealing with no only hoes. But I hear you.
Okay, so y'all break up for God knows what, because y'all was just getting into it. So y'all break up for whatever reason. She didn't quit her job trying to start something else. What is her guarantee? Like, I quit my job and whatever, and now I ain't got the man either. Like, so I'm saying, wouldn't it be easier to have a conversation if you were her husband?
No, hell to the no. I don't have no guarantees that it's gonna work out. No, I'm talking about just freeing the mind. Like, get up and go. You have all day to go out and make that money. That's it. I mean, man, listen. I am not mad at people that got jobs. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't, sir. I need to be there at what time? I can go to lunch. Can I have next Friday off? Can I see can I have 2 weeks off next year? I would cut my throat. That's just the way I'm wired. So what the conversation we have is, listen, you see me out here grinding it. I'm doing 50 million things. Just get a piece of what I'm doing, and let's get this party started. Because you lose more relationships over work, going to work, getting up, fighting before you go to work, getting home late, this, that. Girls want to go to happy hour. All da. Girl at my job, walking around half naked, sitting on my desk. I'm dealing with this.
What job you working at when she's sitting on your desk half naked?
Man, when I worked at American Express, I saw more pennies and thighs than I needed to. That place was a hot mess. Matter of fact, in the higher, the better the job, the worse it get. People think because you work for a nice corporation, man. I worked at American Express. I'm gonna keep it quiet. I'm gonna change subjects. I'm gonna stop using their name like that. But it don't matter. It's so much that goes on. Think about it. Where is cheating happen? What's the number one place where cheating happens?
The job.
At the workplace. Oh, me and Lucy, we're going out for drinks and talk about. No, you're not. Because you can have tea at lunch in the break room if you really need to get it done.
And MC Factor said, does it matter what time you get fired? I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Well, I just want to say, I mean, because you know you're going to fire me and you have me work the whole shift. It's humiliating.
Right. So hell yeah, it matter what time you get terminated. Cause guess what? They knew 2 or 3 days. They might have knew a week before.
Oh,
Why
they
would
know
you have
weeks
somebody
before.
come in and work like that and just act like everything is normal and you got a termination paper sitting there? Cause see, I told them, oh, you firing me? Oh, okay, good. You got the paper ready? Cause I went in and guess what? I wasn't signing it because I know I didn't do anything wrong. I was injured. So you tell me I missed too many days of work. Do you know when we went to court, the judge said, well, why did she miss work days? The stupid attorney said, well, I don't know. The lady turned around and said, well, goddamn, ask her. She said, because I want to know why she missed days. I said, if you look at my attendance, and I have the attendance form because he had handed it to me. I said, if you look at the attendance form, I didn't start missing days until after I got injured. I worked lots of overtime because I like my manager at nighttime. So me coming to work wasn't a problem before I got injured. She turned and looked at him and said, you tell Walmart they had no business firing an injured worker. They not that damn stupid, but they do it because people don't fight them back. Not just at Walmart, at any job. If you know that you are wrongfully terminated, they have EOPS. Because guess what? I won that case too.
Yes, indeed. And Common Man, thank you once again. Once again,
Common
once
Man must be
again.
trying to get a date or something.
I think Common Man got a woman somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, thank you. He says the people went into Walmart after everything they had was underwater. The government took over 2 weeks to help those people. So they went into Walmart and Walmart said, let them have it. I know that's right. Because it's like, you know, what we going to do it anyway. And then we can get this a million times over. And it should also be said, I don't know if anybody knows, but the heirs of Walmart, they make more combined than the all of the 99% in America. That's how much wealth the heirs of Walmart have. More combined, all the siblings combined make more than the 99% of Americans. So they're wealthy.
And that should be a testament to hard work and perseverance. Sam Walton worked for Kmart and was fired or something along those lines. So I have no beef with his kids making money. I hope they have trillions of dollars because their father put it all on the line in his old age. And one thing about this country, which is why it's the greatest country on the planet, is you can come here, start fresh and be 65, get fired and start a business and leave your kids billionaires, every single one of them. So they deserve that money. I have no beef with them being rich. I hope to do that to my kids.
Now, I don't have a beef with them being rich either. You know, it's like their dad built it from the ground up. You know, was it Arkansas somewhere? It was a small little store.
And Arkansas,
yeah.
on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they deserve that money because Lord knows. Now, do they have an obligation to treat people nicer? Yes, they do, 100%. When you come with wealth comes responsibility. You should treat people differently. It's just the way that it is. I see a homeless dude on the street. I pull over, give him cash. I see a chick out here doing the most. I'm like, hey, can I help you? Because that's our responsibility with wealth, is to be able to help other people. So, and I don't know if maybe they do give money. I know they do. Don't Walmart, the heirs do donate a whole bunch.
And they do it. They donate to nonprofits, and you know they have a hell of a philanthropy. I think the problem is in Corliss, and I worked at Walmart. We can all attest. The problem is the ground floor. You know,
yeah,
in the stores. That's where the problems are because they do have rogue management. Like the recorder said, you might have some kid who's 21 and they power tripping. It's like, I'm old enough to be your mama, and you talking to me like that. You know, so the problem is they need to do a whole, you know, just tear it all down. The model that they got ain't working, you know, and it's because every job I've been to, I've learned that it should be about the people, but unfortunately they teach you it's about the product, but it's like the people are more, I know from a business standpoint, people aren't the most important. Even though they say, oh, without the people, we can't do it. But they actually value the products more than they do the people. But it should be the other way around, because then you're going to get better quality of work if you care about the people.
Well, the problem with Walmart is they spend, and it's not just so many companies, they spend so much money on HR and going through all these government rules and policies. So they probably, when they feel like they get to the bottom, they don't have enough money to really pay. Well, they do have enough money. They just choose to build their own wealth. But I mean, if you work at Walmart, you know your time is limited anyways. You know you're going to get fired one day. Something going to happen to you. And you're risking your life dealing with those customers. Man, I've been to some Walmarts and I'm like, I can't believe I'm in here. It's like I lost my phone in a Walmart, and the manager was like, dude, call T-Mobile, get you a new one. You Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I just knew it. So you know what you're getting into when you go in there. And if you're working for Walmart, you know you have a chance of having a manager trip on you, because they're not paying them crap either. They're making barely over minimum wage, and they telling you what to do, and they got all these responsibilities.
They managers make good money.
Well, I'll say
It just depends on what manager they are. And now, because they've shifted like the titles, so some of them did decrease just a tad bit, not very much.
oh,
But and the other thing is they're salaried managers, so they gonna work you like a dog anyway. The other thing is it ain't the customers you got to worry about, Walter. I promise you it ain't. Because I didn't have some of the best customers coming through Walmart. For real. It's the lower management. Like I said, Walmart, because I'm dealing with them this type of way, if they came in and they cleaned up literally their management and taught them the skills and the bylaws of Walmart, Walmart wouldn't even have so many lawsuits. The lawsuits start because they have improper management in place that don't know what the hell they doing.
Yeah, they
I,
don't. Hmm. Yeah, they don't. They need to teach soft skills. How you deal with people. They could tell you, how to work the cash register and all that other stuff. But how do you actually deal with people? You got to treat people like they're human. You can't treat them like a box in the storage room.
they don't even teach you that. When you go to Walmart, and this is the honest to God truth, they don't teach you nothing. You get on a computer, you do these modulars, right? And you do 12 of them. Okay, now you get on the floor. They don't teach you anything. They throw you to the wolves, and then they turn around and say, "Oh, well, you didn't do this, this, and this, and you didn't do this, this, and this," and they write you up for something you ain't never been trained for.
And you know what's so crazy? They were training like that in the 90s when I was working there.
Yep.
92, 93, they were doing that. You take out the modules and all that other stuff, and all right, you pass the test, you're getting out there, Like I said, I worked at Walmart, and I seen also in the comments, I guess kind of Walter speaking to your point of, that's why people should have their own businesses and stuff. But as I always say too, I agree. Somebody's got to be an employee. When you go into the hotel or the restaurant or somewhere, an employee is going to help you, right? So we kind of know everybody's not going to be a business owner. And so with that, if you're an employee, employees, regardless of where you're working, they deserve to be treated with dignity. If I ever see somebody in the store and they're getting treated wrong, I'll say something. That's not right.
If you see, there's nothing wrong with having a job, but you should have a side hustle. And I don't know why we keep calling it side hustle, because your side hustle really could be your big thing. Everyone, like for instance, when you're driving down the street, you keep a spare tire in the trunk, unless you have a BMW or Range Rover or something that has run flats. You got to keep a spare. These days and age, if you have a job and do not have a side hustle that you are working with and you get fired, it is your fault, because this is 2023, about to be 2024. We know that having a job is dangerous. I don't care, man. I see driverless cars driving down the street. Man, even the prostitutes are at risk. Let me tell you this, man. In Canada, they have brothels, robot brothels, and in Houston, they have a robot brothel that is getting ready to open up. I'm talking.
What these
Man,
robots be doing?
Google it, man. Some of them
They getting
the
moved.
hair. Some of them look good, man. I'm like, ain't nobody got to know. Listen,
Listen, I'm gonna get
tomorrow,
y'all think I'm playing. It's gonna be all fun and games till we
man.
read in the newspaper somebody got clinched up in there
Right.
and they wouldn't let go.
Well, maybe that part of the robot is non-mechanical. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying.
Oh no,
That's made
Walter.
of some sort of soft tissue. But
It's
That's
gonna
when
get
it's gonna
locked.
be
It's gonna get locked, y'all.
right. You know, that's when it's gonna be a game changer, right? Dude gonna be behind a silhouette. You don't know yes, I was in there and everything was going smoothly. No pun intended. And then she malfunctioned. And now I spend a lot of time in the library because I can't get excited.
I mean,
I don't
the
have the
point I'm
ability
making
to.
the point I'm making is jobs are disappearing. Like I give you, I'm just joking around with the prostitute stuff, but like even OnlyFans girls, do you realize right now? Like I was on the internet and they have this company had an ad for like jeans or something, and when I looked at the picture, it was an AI. It wasn't even a real woman, and it took me a minute to go, "Whoa, that's not even a real woman." So you see them advertising the models are AI. They have these AI girls, they're stripping. Man, some of these AI girls, they look, and think about this. If you paying for a service, be it OnlyFans or whatever it is, it ain't like you gonna meet the chick. Does it matter? Like that's why there's so many guys in the anime. Some of these guys are into these cartoons because you ain't gonna meet the chick anyways. The point I'm making is every job is at risk. My girl Natalie, I bought this from her Amazon. She used to buy these herself. She's like, I can make these myself. So whoever was selling these before her, they losing money, and the list goes on and on and on. So you need to have your own business. And besides, if we all had our own business, corporations would get smaller. I promise you. The fact that I'm now selling candles, that means Bed Bath and Beyond is making less money. That means if you really want to stick it to the man, start a business. Because every time you buy a candle from me, you're not sticking it because we're not competing, but that's one less customer for Bed Bath and Beyond. And everywhere I go now, my homeboys, my friends, I see my candles burning. And I'm like, yo, that is Robin Hood, so to speak, going after the big boy and moving a little business over here. If we all did that, sooner or later, those big corporations would change their tune. Because if everybody had their own business, then that's where competition comes in. But then we listen to these liberal Democrats. Oh, the big Amazon and these guys are crooks. They're not crooks. They're smart dudes that started a business. And I know a lot of people that make money on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So we are attacking the institution that has given us all the ability to go out and start our own thing.
No, and and Miss B Glam Decor, how you doing? He says people are so comfortable having a job. I'm uncomfortable having a job. I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one.
That shit is dangerous, man.
I mean, but again, everybody, people, we need people to work jobs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I totally get that. And I'm not saying I would never punch a clock. If I had to punch a clock, I'm punching the clock. Okay. If I had to pay my bills, I'm gonna do that. So I never look down on anybody having to do that. But yeah, I feel you with that, and I agree with you, Walter, in regards to your Jeff Bezos and your Waltons. They get demonized, but it's like they are creating a lot of jobs. I don't think the issue is with the Jeff Bezos. I guess it's something he probably could say because Amazon is very problematic. At least I know it used to be. It probably still is in some of their warehouses where people are dying, on the floor, just literally passing out and dying because the workload is so heavy. I know.
But that's every business has people dying.
But to the point of Amazon in California actually changed the law to where Amazon can't do that anymore because they have every employee working to 100%. There you can't, if you drop so much, they fire you, right? So the turnover rate was so high. And California's like, if y'all want to operate here, y'all can't do that. Because the other thing is, and I tell you, I used to work at Amazon for like a month and a half. It was probably the hardest, most physically taxing job that I ever had. I'm not going to lie. And there was people from all walks of life in there. So a lot of times you think of a warehouse, you think of young people. No, I was older people, it was people who were professionals. Maybe they were supplementing their income, or it was just a lot of people in there. And I used to work with this older lady. Well, we would always be in the same department. And she was probably in her 60s, at least in her 60s, an older lady. And she was working there. She had retired from the county or something. And obviously she wasn't getting that much money on disability. She had hurt her back at the county. So she's there working at Amazon and she couldn't keep up. And she's like, oh my God, I need this job. They're going to fire me. So after work one day, I went into HR with her and I said, I'm just here, trying to help her. If she really needs her job. She says that she keeps falling behind the 100%, to keep up, whatever. And the HR lady was like, well, that's the way it is. There's nothing I can do about it. She doesn't keep up. She's going to lose her job. I say, y'all don't care about, senior citizens. They need their job. And she says, there's nothing I can do about it. And unfortunately, she did lose her job. But I say that to say, is because when you think of 100%, you think of something easy, like, okay, I just got to fold the napkins. I was a stower at Amazon, a stower. What that is, and at the time I was at my physically fittest, like I was tip top shape. You get whatever cart is next. So you can't say, okay, well, give me the cart with 5 light things on there. It could be heavy things on there. You just get the cart that's next. So you're pushing those carts at a fast rate. You go to the aisle that the cart belongs to, whatever. You have to find all these bins and you put them in there. So remind you, you're working at 100%. Then you go back, get another cart, and you do that until you break. You get a 15-minute break. Now, ordinarily, you think, okay, I'm going to go to the break room. It's right across the way. No, some Amazons were at least, they were like 2 and 3 football fields. So this is how big some of these were. So if you're working on the other end of the Amazon and the break room is on the other end, you're running. Everybody's like making a mad dash to the break room. And then they got so many microwaves and everybody's trying to put their food in real quick. By the time you get there, you got 5 minutes maybe to eat, go to the bathroom, and then you got to be back because then they write you up for being late. And so I did that for, like I said, a month and a half because my belief system was off. And then one day I was like, I walked out. I was like, they got me messed up. And I haven't punched the clock since. So I'm saying that because I was in a warehouse. And I actually worked in 2 warehouses, Frito-Lay and Amazon. So I know what that's like. And so a lot of times when we say, people need to go get become business owners or whatever. But without those workers working at Amazon, all of us, I'm sure all of us have probably ordered something from Amazon once this week. Okay. So without them people being in there, stowing and picking and sorting and packing, all that other stuff, we wouldn't get the stuff that we have. So those jobs are necessary, but I just want to give it context because working in a warehouse is very hard. And in addition to, I got to be at 100% or I'm going to lose my job. Then I got to go get right back on another train and find something else to do.
And you be in that warehouse, baby, with no air. Them summers was hot up in Amazon. I can promise you that.
Matter of fact, when I was there, it was weird because they had like the news and stuff was there. They was coming to see because the facilities were fairly new. So the news was coming in there to check it out. Do you know somebody had passed out? They had 3 tiers. Somebody had passed out on the 3rd tier. It was so hot in there. And they had to steer the news crew around and try to, avoid it. They had to get the ambulance to come around to the back and get the person. And they made everybody come from the 3rd floor all the way to the bottom. It's like, well, why somebody got to pass out before y'all realize it's too hot? If you guys Google it, there's literally cases, not to speak bad against Amazon, but it's just the truth. There's literally cases of people walking through the aisles and they'll see somebody who had just died. Like had a heart attack and died late in the middle of the floor. So that's not uncommon at your Amazons.
No, and everybody knows that about Amazon. So if you take a job at Amazon, you still know that that's what it is, but yet people still do it because they're not prepared. I heard a lady, a sweatshop, a lady that worked in a sweatshop in Asia, and she was irritated because people kept attacking the companies that use sweatshops. And she goes, what they don't understand is if I don't work in a sweatshop, I am a prostitute for pennies on the day. So me working in this sweatshop is an upgrade for me and my family. And so when I heard her say that, I thought, yeah, maybe to us it looks bad, but like maybe to that person that needs the money, or that kid that's at Amazon that needs the money, is willing to go through it and take the risk. And if you want you want to affect Amazon, you start selling your own stuff. Sooner or later, it will affect them. The problem is people don't have the patience. Like you said, we need our stuff. I know right now, if I need a mouse on my computer, I can hit the button right now. It'll be here at 5 a.m. So that's us needing those things. We have to make the change, because Amazon and them is only going to get worse for the little man if we continue. Because who do you think the politicians are in bed with? The Amazons. You think they're messing with Jeff? You really like AOC? Yeah, she got them not to do New York, but they just went somewhere else. And now the cats in New York, they're down thousands of good paying jobs because she was like, oh, you're going to come down and raise this and raise that. And then who's her boss? Joe Biden has got inflation so high we can't even breathe. Like, yeah, we need to just, sometimes you need to watch who you follow.
So, oh no, yeah, I totally agree. But like I said, I've been on both sides of the coin. I know what that's like. That's why I say, I really do sympathize with people, who work in warehouses or any job. That's why when I go to anybody's establishment as a customer, I'm nice. I'm not all, stupid with people and, just doing the most, because and a lot of times when I go into certain stores or whatever, and I can see the look on people's faces, like they really don't want to be there, but they do their best to try to serve you. So I don't really get too mad or whatever, because it's like, you don't know what it's like. Because back in the day, like when we worked at McDonald's and I was, 1987 or whatever, back then, most teenagers worked those jobs, right? The fast food and stuff like that. And most adults had a job where they could pay the bills. It was a decent job. You didn't even need to have like a college degree or nothing like that to get jobs back then. But you look at it now, you have a lot of adults who are working those jobs, and they don't want to be working those jobs. No, nobody. And I mean, some people might, but for the most part, I would imagine a man or a woman in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, they don't want to be working no fast food restaurants, but they have to for whatever reason, right? So I try to sympathize with those, with people like that, and I go in and I do my part. I'm nice and cordial or whatever the case is. I try not to give them a hard time, because you just never know.
Yeah, I mean, sooner or later, you need to take responsibility. I don't care if you work at Walmart or Frack Shack. It is your job to put money to the side. There's no excuse. I don't care what job if you work at McDonald's, that is 100% your fault. Period. 100%. Nobody pushed you there. Nobody made you not pay attention in class or blah, blah. That was your fault. Now, and it's funny you mentioned those jobs, because a lot of those jobs now are the immigrants taking those jobs. You order from McDonald's, you got to damn near speak Spanish.
But you know why they are and they can take those jobs?
I don't know.
They're taking those jobs because they practice group economics. You know what I mean? And plus, when they come over from wherever they come over, they ain't making half of that with, the minimum wage that they're making here. So they know how to have 5, 6, 7, 8 people in one house. Okay, I'm going to work at McDonald's. You're going to work at Taco Bell. And then when you get your paycheck, you bring it home. We put it all in one pot. We divvy it up. We take care of what we need to take care of. And then we saving money to go open up our own store. And that way we all quit. And then we work the store and they wash, rinse, repeat. That's why they can do it. And so I'm not saying that they're wrong for doing that. They just understand group economics more than I would say we do, right? Because if we did that, we could do that. I tell you, in 6 months to a year, if we all took that mindset of like, okay, we got to work at this McDonald's, but you know what? We're going to share this house or whatever. And then we're going to build and, do whatever we got to do. We'd be better off too. But it's just, about what they know and what they're doing.
Yeah, we could do that, but that's the horse. Mr. Ed is dead. Matter of fact, somebody else is wearing his hair. He's been dead so long. His hair is on somebody in the club.
Wow.
Listen, it's not complicated. You get up, you start a business, and you keep doing it until it don't work, and you try something else. You keep going, you keep going. That's all it is. There's no. I'm where I've been. I had on this shirt. God is my witness. I am not embarrassed. I don't care. I had on this shirt Monday night. I can tell you how it happened. Cold, simple. I had my grandson. Me and him out in L.A. 10 o'clock at night. He's dragging my ass through Target at 10:30. I dropped him off. I brought him back to my house in Irvine at like 11 o'clock. Me and this dude, and I had the shirt on. And then yesterday morning, I woke up and grinded it out, and then I fell asleep wearing this stuff, and I woke up
Monday.
Monday,
Tuesday.
Today's Wednesday.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday. Here's the point I'm making. Now, I had to take a whole bath, take a towel, and wipe down real quick.
Bruh. All of doggone church clothes you got in your closet.
I got all kind of clothes. The point I'm making is I had time to brush my teeth and wash my extremities. But just because you just get up, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. And you just do that till you say, I'm in control.
Brother, there's always time for a bath.
Here is the point. I could change my shirt and take a shower. But to me, that's like 20 minutes out of my day. I didn't have. Hey, what's happening?
It's 20 minutes out your day, but you got a clean ass, brother, man.
No, I know. See, listen. I'm just saying, I don't always have the time to do those things. Like, I have to make a decision. Do I hit the weights, or do I get money? Do I spend 30 minutes in the shower? Or do I just get to work? And this morning and Tuesday, I made the decision just to go to work.
5 minutes?
It ain't 5 minutes. Listen, I'm being a little funny, but you understand the point I'm making. Sometimes you just get up and you grind it out. You guys good? Okay. Yeah. You get it up, you grind it out. And then you look up and go, things are better. And there's so many opportunities out there, you guys. There's no reason why, like, you just met my guests. This is my Airbnb guests. I just met them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Airbnb just put $400 on my checking account. I don't know
half of that.
Huh?
Send me half of that.
I'm going to give you guys a hustle. Like, for instance, I keep telling people, man, rent out your rooms, put a tiny house in the back from Home Depot. There's so many things you could do.
I heard Walmart is selling tiny houses now.
Everybody is, and they're 10, 15, 20 grand. You can finance and make payments on them. So, like, you could do it. There's money. There's Turo. You can put your extra car on Turo. I bought a BMW for $2,500. It is going on Turo for $50 a day. Like, you can do that all day. Airbnb has this new thing where you don't even have to have the property. Let's say Corliss has an extra bedroom. I open an Airbnb for her. I go to her house, take the photos, I put it up. I talk to all the guests and manage it, and I get a 30% royalty for managing her place. She gets 70%. All she's doing is let me use her house, and I get 30%. I deal with the guests, make sure they check in, all that stuff, make sure the place is clean, and I get a 30% royalty. You realize if you had 10 homes, you talk 10 of your buddies into doing an Airbnb, and they did $1,000 a month, which isn't much. That's $30 a day. In an Airbnb, the average is probably $50-$60. So you're getting $1,000, 10 of your buddies making $1,000, and you're getting 30% of that. That's $3,000 a month for you just texting and talking to people, making sure they check in and out of Airbnb. 3 racks a month. That's almost 40 grand. You can sit right here in your drawers, and newsflash, I'm just playing. I did change those, but it was quick, fast.
Sure you did.
Drawers in the backseat of my car, my duffel bag, because sometimes it'd be on the go.
You ain't that damn busy, I know.
I am that busy.
Ain't no way. And I would never told nobody that. I
don't care. That's the point I'm making. When you align with your goals, some of that stuff, there is days that I wake up and go, do I have time to take a shower and get ready and do my hair? Or do I just get up and go after it and I take a shower tonight?
Get up 5 minutes earlier. 5 minutes.
But that's 5 minutes I could be doing.
Okay, you know what? Now that's just purity nasty. Okay?
But here's what I'm saying, though. I don't do that all the time. Like, this is the longest I've ever gone wearing the same shirt. But the point I'm making is I have made more money the last 2 days than I have in a long time, just because I have my grandson all day and all night Monday. The point I'm making is you just get going, you get grinding, and you don't let nobody stop you. Even sometimes you take a whole bath and you go get that whole money.
Your woman know you. Your woman be up around you, whole bathing like that.
First of all, I ain't seen my woman since Monday night. So that's the one thing. That's the beautiful other thing about being able to separate sometimes from your significant other, because you can get things done. I saw her Monday night. I did not see her last night, and I might see her tonight.
You gonna take a bath before you go see her?
No, I wash up, but I'm gonna take a shower.
I'm telling Daddy. I'm telling Daddy. This is nasty.
Man, when I hang up from here, I gotta send candles out. I gotta go deliver a car. I gotta go make sure the jacuzzi is warm first, because she want to get in the jacuzzi later, and I got somebody checking into my other room tomorrow. And you can do these things all day. So yeah, I'm a shower before I see my woman.
We just a little bit baffled that you not changing your clothes since Monday. We a little stuck on that one.
You know what's funny though? I mean, it sounds crazy, but I know guys that wear the same, not the same, but they wear like I have 2 pair of jeans and they rotate. Some I wear Monday through Thursday, some Friday through Sunday. It just bees like that. Now,
jeans is a different story, but you clean, you wash your hands.
I told you I did the whole thing. It's not all the time.
Now we used to have an off the air conversation about a person that wears the same shirt for 4 days with them same pants. Okay. I'm just saying.
Tomorrow I ain't gonna be in this shirt because
I hope not. I really do.
It's on the funky. I'm sure by now it's creeping up. But
don't get in the jacuzzi all funky. Don't.
First of all, I'm not getting in the jacuzzi with my guests. That leads to other problems.
Right.
No, I'm just saying. I'm making sure it's ready for her. That's all. But you guys, there's money out there. So if you want to work your job. But as soon as you get off, go home and start your hustle. Like I tell you, man, you get off at 5. You don't go to bed till 12. What are you doing with those 7 hours? Don't tell me you can't take 1 hour and start something. And yeah, there's this thing, it's called the slide edge. It's going to take time, but you just keep going. You keep going. Like I said, I was going to start this candle business and it's finally up. I still got several things to do. Matter of fact, I hit you later about that. But like,
no.
I told her to call you. She probably on here. But the point I'm making is, and this honestly, real talk, this is the first time I've lit a candle in like 3 or 4 days. Because
it smelled like you should have lit one in the last 3 days.
Man, I got stuff all over. I got candles over there. Man, it's craziness.
I'm gonna call your kids and tell them you need to go see about your daddy. He over there funky.
The funny part is I'm not funky because I took a whole bath.
And sometimes you get immune to your own stuff. You just.
I know. I don't practice this. This has just been the last couple of days. I really got caught off guard because I had Titus all morning and all day. So that was really, you can't take a shower and turn your back on a 3-year-old. So that was the other thing. And then yesterday was just a hot mess. And today I woke up at 5 and I was in the car and I got home and hopped on here. And when we hang up, I'm out again. I'm going to take a shower before I see my woman tonight. That's assuming I even see her. I may not even see her.
But even if you don't, you're going to take a shower?
No, I'm going to take a shower tonight. But the point I'm making is there's a lot of things that get in your way that you can push to the side so you can go out and make money.
Yeah, listen.
I'm not pushing away no water. Baby, water, no.
I'm not advocating for not taking a shower. I'm just saying sometimes I wake up and make a conscious decision to go get this money.
Okay, so stop saying that out loud, Walter, because you felt.
I'm serious, man. Sometimes 20 minutes will make me late.
I'm just gonna be late, okay? Anybody who knows me, y'all can ask my daughter. I can ask anybody know me. If it come down to me taking a shower and get myself together, I'm probably gonna be just a couple minutes late.
Yeah. Well, I'm just beating the subject up, but there's a lot of things we do that get in our way. Like I can show you, I won't show it to you because it's personal. But the text message thread to my girl was like, hey, you get off work. It's go time. I said, your friends, they're all single. They don't have a man. And I won't go into the whole thing. I said, you are your environment. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me you want to do better, but when 5:30 roll around, your girls want to go have a drink at happy hour. I said, no, you're going to be them. Ain't got no man. No, can't happen. You have to
Can I ask you a question?
100%.
How much older or younger is she than you?
I'm 54, she's 38.
Aha!
And whoo, and even that's
Aha!
because I don't normally go that old. So I'm just playing. Age is not an issue. Ages don't. Women that are 38 still have this. They're not any different than women that are 48, except women at 48 have more time and experience. 38 is still old enough to get on it. So now, if you don't want bigger things, then go to work and go hang out with the cuckoos. That's fine, but don't be wanting more and then not engage.
I guess the reason why, Corliss, did you want to jump in? I guess the reason why, and Carmen says, if you're that busy, how are you enjoying yourself? You see, me and Carmen on the same page. Because it is. I always say this, especially with
in the wine country tomorrow. That's how I'm enjoying myself.
Let me say this. I always say this about you older seasoned dudes. You were the extra seasoned and fine as wine, like old wrinkled grape dudes. Y'all like to get women that's younger, but then when the woman is younger, she doing what younger women do. I know, yeah, she should probably do A, B, C, and D, but she don't work the hustle all day long. So at her age range, yeah, she want to go have a little drinky drink. But that's all they say. You older cats, y'all want the younger women. They want them to do what Glow the Dean and them was doing instead of just getting you a Glow the Dean. It's like, all right, maybe because at your age, Glow the Dean is probably getting ready to retire. She's retired already. But you talking about, okay, after you done work 8 hours, I want you to come home and bust another hustle. It's like, yeah, I ain't gonna do that. Not every day, I ain't.
But people are busting another hustle. If you don't want it, then don't bust one. But a lot of people are doing it. If you say you want, the point I'm making, if you say you want it, then do it. Because it becomes a point in time.
You want that.
Yeah, you point in time where you just stay in the average, and that average is where people get laid off, fired, they get crushed. That is a dangerous spot to be in, where you just comfortable, cushy. Like you come home, turn on the TV, and at 5 o'clock, you got a beer, Netflixing, and you and your homeboys, y'all playing video games. That is scary.
Yeah, because, I mean, I get that, especially if, you have a job and it maybe is not secure. But yeah, I don't know if I was a 38-year-old woman and I had a job. I'm just telling you the truth, Walter. I know you don't want to hear, but it's just the truth. If I was a 38-year-old woman and I had a job and, then I'm dating some older guy, no shade to you, you look at
I'm not an older man, first of all.
Well, you're older than she is.
When people see me and her together, they do not believe that I am older. In my last girlfriend, we had the same problem. She was much younger than I was.
Okay, let's say chronologically, mentally, and all
that. Chronologically, that's it. Not physically, not mentally.
You're older, okay? Mentally, you are on a different plane than her.
That is true.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So at 38, is she really wrong? That's what 38-year-old women do. They get off work, they go have a cocktail.
Not necessarily. I know some women in their 30s that are on it.
Okay, but listen, I'm trying to help you. I be trying to see. Y'all don't be listening. Ask a woman who knows. I think that's a Natalie Cole song or something. Ask a woman who knows. Okay, I'm just trying to tell you. Y'all older men like to get with the younger girls, women. Y'all get the younger women, and then y'all get all crotchety and grumpy. Because she won't do this, she won't do that, she won't do this. It's like y'all not even in the same football arena. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with you.
No, I get it. That you're right, 100%. I agree with you.
Yeah, so it's like, but then I'm telling you this because I have to have the same conversation with my homeboy Donovan and my other homeboy. Y'all like to, be around the younger women. It's like, from her point of view, and I'm just telling you.
I don't like him that young. I don't like him Donovan.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying 38 is younger than you. That's all I'm saying. 38 is, what is she, like 12 years, 13, 14 years younger than you?
I don't know. It's
something like that. Because you just had a birthday, sucker.
Actually, 16 years.
Right, 16 years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
16 years younger than you. And I'm gonna tell you, from her point of view, what she hears and sees is now. So to a 38-year-old woman, that ain't sexy. I mean, and I'm not listen. I'm not saying what you're
Well, I mean,
saying.
that's not every
Okay, but
38-year-old
wait,
woman,
but
because a lot
wait.
of women do
Okay,
are
but
in
let me.
the because they
I
want
get
better.
it, but let me. I'm trying to help you.
You ain't helping me with that
I'm.
shit. Listen,
But
I
wait,
hear what you're trying to say.
wait. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to, cause what's gonna happen with her? And she gonna be like, oh, he too old and grumpy. You know, he always woofing and barking and all the
No,
time sound like a chihuahua. Every time he
it
talks.
ain't about being grumpy. It's about here's an example. Let's get it. Now, if you want to stay normal, cool. But I'm talking about the girl that's like, I want these things, I want this and that, I want better. I'm like, okay, then you have to do better. Because the cat that like watched this movie and it was a sick house. I was like, that house requires work. I can promise you. The guys that own that house ain't coming home and kicking off their shoes after no job. That is 5 to 9 p.m. money. That's where I'm at. If you want to just chill, actually, I don't date women that just chill, so maybe that's my problem.
Yeah, because you know, it ain't nothing wrong with her doing what she's doing. But like I said, y'all get with these younger women, and then y'all end up sounding like they daddy, and it's like,
No, it's called nagging because that's what they say
I say,
women.
call it daddy.
say it again, Carlos. Say it again.
I said it's called nagging because that's what men say women do. So you over there. Was that not part of the question in the first interview? Or do you do a side hustle or is it just a 9 to 5? Do you hang with your girls that don't have no men? Was that part of the initial interview?
Yes, actually, real talk. The person that introduced me to her described who I was to a T.
No, but did
Knows me,
you
no,
describe who you were?
100%. Hmm?
Did you describe who you were to a T?
No,
Not
no,
your.
no, no, no. The person that introduced me to her described who I was. I
Well,
I
what,
didn't seek this person out. We actually met in an environment, and she'd already kind of known about me. And matter of
mm-mm,
fact, the thing that attracted her to me was the fact that she wanted a better life. So
mm.
you take the red pill, it's gonna be it's this is the real deal. This this is a tough thing to do.
So once again, with the Walter that I know, even though all of that was introduced, Walter is still going to say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm expecting. And this is what I want. So, was that part of the interviewing conversation after she didn't heard all these good, marvelous things about you?
Oh well, we had actually a pretty good conversation because the last relationship I was in was 9 years, and so me right now my main focus is taking care of business and getting things done so we can be safe. So anyone that knows me knows that's what I'm 100% about. And so I do know how it is to kind of be on it all the time and then try and get people to do what you do. That's almost impossible because most people can't do that. But I am talking about somebody that wants that life, that we go to the beach and we sit there and have brunch all day and it's 200 bucks, and it's a different environment. I said this is different. These people sitting here have put in work somewhere along the line.
But I would say this just, honestly, from a much younger woman than you are, point of view, is you having a wifey conversation with her, but she your girlfriend. So
Well, you
that's
gotta
gonna be
start
different too.
somewhere.
Yeah, would you put a ring on my finger?
But come on, you don't do that in 2 weeks or 3 months.
But I'm saying you telling her all. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying what you doing is wrong. You're on the right path, but I know if I was, a younger than a guy that I was talking to, and he was like, hey, you might need to think about getting another job and this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, first of all, you ain't got papers on me. You ain't got papers
But
on
that is
me.
of destruction though, because women, if you say, "Oh, I don't have a ring on my finger, so he can't teach me, he can't elevate me, he can't teach me mental toughness," that's a dangerous
It
slope.
ain't that. It's
You need a ring before you improve your life.
no,
That's
it ain't that you can't teach me
because you need a
nothing.
ring to improve.
I,
Come on.
I I'm not saying you can't teach me improvement in mental toughness, but you need to be my safety net. I'm not just gonna be quitting up on no jobs and you ain't I don't have no paper, no ring,
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not telling anyone to quit their job without something else, another stream of income. That's why I say
Right.
5 to 9 is when you create that other income
Got you.
stream. When you get off work, then you use that to create the income stream. I'm not telling anybody to quit their job. That's insane. What I'm saying is build your hustle. Um, when you get off work, then you go home and you work your job or you work the business that you have. So one day you can then walk away from that job. Or when they do fire you or lay you off, for the robot come in and be like, we don't need you. It's like,
and Miss B Glam Decor, I get it. Yeah, I'm totally with that. But I'm saying you only got to be with that with somebody who wants to do that. You know what I mean? Because if you're like, come on, he got off work now. Come on, let's think about that. She don't want to do that, and so it kind of gets annoying on both ends, right? Like I said, to her, this grumpy old dude, and then to you,
well,
you're
if
like,
it ever
oh,
gets to that, then the relationship is over. I can promise you, because there are, and I didn't chase her for her age. I didn't know how old she was. Matter of fact, I didn't know how old she was until after 2 or 3 weeks of dating her. So age, I don't chase younger women. I'll date a woman in her 40s. You know what I'm saying? When I broke up with my ex, I dated a girl that was 2 years older than me. That lasted 2 weeks. Anyways, I just had too much energy for her. And I get it. She's pushing 60. It's tough.
pushing 60.
It's tough. I get it. She was tired.
You see how these men be doing? I she was pushing 60.
Look, don't let me bring my 70-year-old mama up in here that walk 5 miles damn near every day except Wednesday. Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, okay, and she be out there stepping. She left me and I'm 50. I was like, okay, is you gonna jog or walk, ma'am?
Yeah, no, I know there's some women out there. I'm just playing hard time, but I know some women out there in their 60s and 70s who get it. Believe me, I see them. So I do want to. Somebody asked me a question: am I in the house when people are with me? Sometimes I am. I mean, the cool thing with Airbnb is they check these people out, and somebody acted fool on Airbnb. They got people watching them. They've been screened. There's a lot. You have to really be a real weirdo to act a fool on Airbnb. So I've had 500 people stay in my house, and I've met 475 of them using the rough estimate. So that's how I met Donna Black. I mean, and I can add the list on and on and on. So yeah, because people will say, "Well, isn't that scary?" I don't know. Sometimes. But for me, I got over that. Now I'm excited to see who walks through. I'm excited to see who my guest is because I can learn from them. We can do things together. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it cost me $2,600 to run this house. Airbnb is paying me $4,300 a month. I'm making money to live here. So I get over my fear of meeting new people when I think I don't have to pay for this house no more. That gives me the peace of mind, or knowing that I got an extra car in my garage that I can throw on Turo for $500 a month. You know what I'm saying? So when you start doing those things, then some of those fears and those things will disappear. I mean, I don't know, there's so many things you could do. You just have to start when, like somebody said something about helping blacks. I'm helping blacks. My neighbor has an extra bedroom. I'm like, dude, I'll go to IKEA, decorate your spot, and I'll manage it for you. And I'll get a 30% royalty. You get to keep 70%. And I'm just using your room. I'll decorate it, do everything, the correspondence. I'll let you know who's coming, and you get 70%. I'm telling you, as a black man or black woman, you can do that. There's no color, no race.
Cornish, so you got a bedroom I can rent out. I'm gonna rent out one of your bedrooms, and then I'm gonna get 30%, and then you get 60%. I mean,
no, you get 70. That is a huge income. I follow a girl on YouTube that made $50,000 last month doing what I just told you to do.
Last month?
Last month. Absolutely. Wow. See, because I'm going to give it to you straight. You get you some VAs. Think about this. When you call Capital One, what do you hear? Welcome to Capital One. Can I help you? So what you're saying is, you know what I'm saying? So you get you some VAs and let them handle some of and a lot of Airbnb, that the responses are automated anyways.
What's a VA, if you don't mind me asking? What's a VA?
A virtual assistant.
Oh, got you.
The Philippines, And on Airbnb, most of that stuff, the responses are automated. When I send somebody a paragraph, it's already typed out. I just hit use this response, boom, use this response, door code, directions, jacuzzi sauna rules. You know what I'm saying? That's like 5 seconds of hitting some buttons, and I'm out. They know how to get in, they know how to get out, lock the door.
And
So
no, I mean, I get it. You know, there's my mom used to always say there's money everywhere. There's money everywhere. And Common Man, I ain't picking on you older man. I'm trying to help y'all. I'm trying to help y'all, you know, de-stressify yourself. Okay. Dealing with the younger women, it could be a lot. Y'all ain't ready for that.
well,
Okay.
and we don't have to get into why we deal with younger women. And I don't chase younger women. I just
I didn't say you did.
it's just who really I end up with just because of my energy and some of the speed that I'm moving. I tend to be around younger women. That's all. I would date a woman in her 40s. I have nothing against women in their
Ah,
40s.
hell to the no. He said I would date a woman in her 40s.
I'm saying I would. I've dated women in their 50s.
What, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Who?
You.
I'm 54.
And he gonna date I would date a woman in her 40s if I had to.
That came out wrong. That's not how I meant that. Listen, you know what one thing I do enjoy about being, and I have dated women in their 40s. And like I said, when me and my girl broke up, I dated a girl who was 2 years old. She was 56. She was 2 years older than I was. And I gave her a shot, and we hung out. It was cool. I love having everything in common. I don't have to say YouTube this, remember rerun, and Dwayne. I don't have to go through all that. That part is cool with dating a woman my age. So, and then again, if something happened to me and my girl, I would be open to dating a woman my age. I'm not against it.
You should. I think you should. Y'all, Common Man, I'm speaking to you too. Y'all should try it. Try dating a woman your age. Y'all got more in common.
But women are aged too, y'all. I'm telling y'all, some of the women I know my age, they are set in their ways. Oh, baby, I'm tired. Or I do things. I had a girl tell me I do things a certain way. I said, that's why you single. Being in a
What
relationship is
y'all do
about
the same thing?
compromise.
Y'all set in y'all ways.
I'm not set in my ways. I adjust. Believe me, man. Come on now. I do adjust. I made
I'm
some
just saying.
adjustments.
I could be set. I could unset my ways if I was, you know, married and you know you was taking me up off the job, and I could be a secretary. Yeah, whatever you say we doing today, we doing today. But I can't do that for no boyfriend.
Well, I'm saying do it for yourself. I need you to do it for you because I am not a guarantee. That's 100%. I'm not even if I put a ring on it, it's not a guarantee. So I'm just saying do for self a thing. What's attractive to, and I know as men elevate and we make adjustments, what's attractive to a man like me is a woman that is trying to secure her situation. Because I don't want to be in a position where I gotta take care of you. We don't have kids together. Our relationship is discretionary at this point. I don't need you. You're not the mother of my kids. I don't need you like that. This is all discretionary. So you need to bring something to the table. We're just going out to dinners, and I don't care about your hair, your nails, your eyelashes, girl. Let's do something that's gonna protect our families. That's it. You don't need eyelashes, as far as I'm concerned. I don't pay attention to your eyelashes, anyways. Girl, I didn't even know you had them. You know what I'm saying? Like, geez, Louise, how long you had those?
No, no.
Thanks, my girl. What color are your eyes? Oh. I'm like, let's get our life together because any you never know. I'm kind of freaked out about what's going on with the economy, the environment. We still got Sleepy Joe at the wheel, and we don't know what's going to happen to this planet. Like I watched this video, D, I'm gonna send it to you, where the guy was talking about food shortages that are coming to America. He goes, we are one catastrophe away from not having food in this country. And you guys saw it during the pandemic. There was no tissue and no food on the shelves. And we're talking about something that was a little bit stronger than pneumonia. Can you imagine if we had a natural disaster like Ukraine? They import such a huge part of our wheat, or some of these countries in South America that we import our food from. If that gets blocked, like what happens to us? So those are the kind of things I'm on.
Get Walter.
Huh?
If you came to my house, even though I don't be there, baby, we ain't gonna be hungry. Not now, never.
Well,
Now
that's good.
I'm gonna help a select few. Cause I'm gonna tell you, when the pandemic hit, oh, I was over there like, oh, y'all, all y'all wanted some Lysol? Y'all don't know bleach work? Like, who your people are?
Yeah, I mean, bleach will do be
Bleach before I
same
pick up.
thing. Yeah, some people just silly about it, but you need to be ready, and I think we need to spend more time just being ready. I don't want to be like this Walmart chick who loses her job. And some of you guys, man, you understand where I'm going with this.
No, I get it. And we're about to get out of here. Hey, JBWR, how you doing? Yeah, I don't think really a lot of people really I don't think they're scared enough because it's definitely around the corner. I know they keep saying inflation is coming down and the interest rates are coming down, but you go to the store, the prices are still high. Everything is still high. Like I said, when we go to the grocery store, we go for two people. And I'm like, what in the thing we spend $100 on? And this is like, we go to the store one good time a week, and then we might go in between here and there for something. And it's at least $100. But before it was, I would say at best, like 70, $60, give or take. And it's like, man, like I don't like the budget when I go to the grocery store, but lately it's like, okay, we gonna just get what we need and a little bit of some of what we want, because you just never know, right? It's scary times.
It's gonna get worse, and you see like these smash and grabs, which I think we should when they walk into the store, we should shoot these people in the face.
I don't know about all of that.
100%. You walk into listen. This is what happens when you get liberals running office and running the world. Is you get people say it's okay that you steal from the rich, Robin Hood. You start with that crap. That is ultra dangerous. And you get with all these liberal rules and politics, it is destroying us. I follow, and D, I think you hooked me on the brother Thomas. What's his name? I've been watching.
Matthews.
No, Thomas Sowell or Sowell. Thomas Sowell, the brother. He's like 95 years old. I've been watching this dude all week. Black people, if you have not watched Thomas Sowell, you are missing the boat. I thought Terrell put me onto him, but I thought I've heard you talk about him too. He's like the other dude that you always talk about.
Claude Anderson. Dr. Claude Anderson.
He's like a Claude Anderson, except he takes it just a little step further. He said, do you realize that Black people did better from 1920 to 1960, from 1940 to 1960?
Oh, yeah.
Man, the marriage, the single parent rate for Black people in the 1940s was like 17%. 17%. The unemployment for a Black man and woman that is married is always and has never increased over 10%. He says Black people have done, when white people were at their worst, we were at our best. So we need to get back to those days. Like, we need to be responsible for what happens to us, period. And we need to stop demonizing the people that are doing well. You started a big corporation. I want to be like you. I'm not going to ever be Jeff Bezos. None of us will. But if I emulate that dude and work like that to have something where I can create 1,000 jobs and I have 1,000 people that I've created jobs for, that would be cool. Right? So, yeah, and it is hard out here. I mean, I don't know, $20 for a pound of beef. Damn, what kind of beef is that? But
Wagyu.
Oh, Wagyu, yeah, Wagyu is $39 a pound. I know, because I just bought some. And that's for the cheap. That ain't even real Wagyu. That's like Texas Wagyu. That ain't even the Japanese stuff. So,
right.
But it's gonna get funky. And you guys, these politicians, they ain't gonna be nowhere to be found. So take care of your own self. Start putting some money away. I always say this. Just even if you, buy something that's of value and hold on to it. Like people buy gold for security. Buy something that has value. For me, is cars, candles. I have 1,000 candles in my house. I know right now at $20 a candle, if I needed to hit the street with these candles, I got 20 grand sitting in my house. I ain't gonna be hungry. If it was like me having something to eat and going and selling these candles, I know I got $20,000 in inventory in my house. But that was slight edge. That was doing it, getting burned and going through all the crap and sweating all night and not taking a shower tonight. You know what I'm saying? But like you invest in something, you go, oh, I could sell this stuff. So put money somewhere. It don't have to be in the bank, but put it somewhere where you can get to it when you need it. The book, The Philosophy of Money, says having cash reserves or reserves is the best thing you could do. And I don't think Black people, I don't think we get that message yet. We're talking about civil rights and all these things, and none of that civil rights, the civil rights movement, some of it was good, but that whole movement made a lot of Black people lazy. Man out the house, brother gone, the government gonna cut your check. You don't need this dude. Do you realize, and I heard somebody say this, the number one detriment to a kid is not having his father around.
I would say
Period.
that's true. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's
I'd agree with
devastating not to have cha-ching, hear that? It's devastating. There you go again, baby. It's devastating not to have a dude around. So while we hollering at the rich and all these things, we need to be telling the Black man, take your ass home and go be with your kids. Period. I don't care if you got a baby mama and a wife. You want to do the Charleston White thing or whoever this cat is, you want to be that dude, fine, but make sure you take care of your kids. And make sure that you guys get together and you put some money away. Start doing that, and you watch, you do that for 3 or 4 years, and then you lose your job, but you've been stacking money for 4 years. You're not ripping up the shelves and shooting people because you got reserves. That's what Black people, we need to be telling each other. We are strong people, and we did better when white people were acting the craziest. We did the best. I'm not saying we need to go back to that, because right now, Black people, we have it way easier. We do. No one Airbnb and say, "Oh, it's a nigga. We can't. He can't do it." Or Turo. You know what I'm saying? No one's asking me about my skin color. No one is so far. So maybe we could stop leaning on it and just get to work, and then look up and go, "Okay, I'm a Black man, but for the last 4 years, I've been grinding it out, and I'm a stronger Black man." And I think we would do better as a people if we just start putting a little, whatever it is, putting a little stuff to the side. And until we do that, we ain't gonna have nothing. Period.
absolutely. So we're gonna get out of here. Corliss, I thank you for coming on and sharing your experience with the Wally Mart.
I like the blue paint. That's fire right there. I may copy that. Put some light black pillows in there. Airbnb, baby. You get 70%.
So anyway, and I thank you, Walter, for coming on here. I know you're a very busy man, clearly, right? Hopefully we'll let you go early enough so you can jump in the shower.
I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that right now before I leave the house. Hey, real talk, you guys, go out. I'm gonna switch the subject. I bought this blue plant, this olive oil. There's a guy who's like, he spent like $2 million working on trying to live forever, blah blah blah. But he has some good points on like olive oils and polyphenols. If you get a chance, go out and check out. It's called Blueprint. I'm not associated with, not yet, but I would go out and maybe check check this out. I take it every day. Olive oil is one of the best things you could drink. It's a superfood, and you can drink pretty much as much as you want. It actually helps regulate your weight too.
And I think it curbs your appetite as well.
It does. Mm-hmm. Olive oil and vinegar, man, those are the two secrets. I do olive oil and vinegar every single day. I mean, yeah, that's a whole nother subject. So the Spirit led me to tell you to take some olive oil.
You wildin'. You wildin'. Yes, indeed. So anyway, thank y'all so much for being here. We love and appreciate every last one of y'all. We'll see y'all on Sunday. I think Donovan will be back in the States. Then he's leaving Sasua on Saturday. So he run around there somewhere. But in the meantime, you guys be blessed. And peace to you guys as well. I'll see y'all on Sunday. Peace.
All right, peace out.
Falling Down. Falling Down is the name of the movie. Falling Down by Michael Douglas. Falling Down. Very good.
That's a great movie. Yeah, you got to do that.
Let me give you a little tip too for people that don't know that that are out there receiving EBT. Okay, stop buying them steaks. You better go start buying seeds. You can buy seeds with EBT. I'm just saying, y'all, get it together. Y'all gonna be real hungry out there.
Yeah, you can buy those seeds, and I don't know if you can use EBT on Amazon, but those
You
can.
absolutely.
Oh. You can buy. Remember, I used to buy the broccoli for $4 for the container. Now you can, for $16, you can buy a bag of seeds that will make a bunch of those.
Yeah, the sprouts.
Nice, Corliss.
Yep, good advice. All right, so we're gonna get out here. Love y'all. Peace. Bye-bye, Corliss.